Hello everyone and welcome to episode 67 of the TEW 2020 UJPW series here on the channel. That is the Champion Carnival, our last one. And for this last Champion Carnival with UJPW, I want to go out with a bang. Not only that, but to return to the old format. 2 blocks, 10 guys each block. And as far as, because last year we had the 4 blocks with 8 people. Just felt like this is better. I just feel like our roster right now, it's also in a weird kind of spot because, we don't have Big Titan anymore. We don't have, a couple of the guys that usually would be potentially in that spot are in rehab still. And it's a transitional stage, kind of the roster is right now. And, as far as we're very top heavy, though. We still have our top guns, of course, that are kicking ass. And I felt like this was the best chance to kind of showcase what they can do. As for the blocks, they look like this. As Block A, Dean Malenko, Roshi Hase, Johnny Ace, Jun Akiyama, Kenta Kobashi, Koji Kanemoto, Masahiro Chono, Norman Smiley, Tosha Kawada, of course, the All-Asia Heavyweight Champion, and Vampiro rounding up the group. Oh yeah, pretty stacked. Obviously, you have Kobashi Kawada in the same block, as well as Masahiro Chono, Jun Akiyama in there as well. And Dean Malenko, of course, Dark Horse there, Norman being in there as well, and Vampiro, who has been coming along really well, actually. He's really exceeded all my expectations of what I thought he was going to do when we started this thing, when we signed him. He's been, it's hard to believe he's one of the top 20 guys that we have. Never would have thought that, but here we are. I think it's a fun block, as far as obviously everyone's eyeing, got the bullseye on Tosha Kawada, but this is a big chance for a lot of guys, as far as you have a former champion in Kenta Kobashi in there. Masahiro Chono, he's had a lot of tag team success, but he hasn't had a lot of single success, so that might change here. So if he wins his block and goes on to win the whole goddamn thing, that could be huge. Could absolutely be huge. And this could be a career-making moment for a lot of those guys, as far as a lot of them have never been in a finals before, let alone win the whole goddamn thing. So that would be pretty massive for a lot of those guys. That's for Block B. Kira Taue, Big Van Vader, Dan Crawford, The Headhunter, Gaiji Muto, Kensuke Sasaki, Mitsuha Amasawa, Shinya Hashimoto, Steve Williams, and then Wild Pegasus. Pretty stacked block as well, as far as obviously Masawa, the Unified Grand Heavyweight Champion, going in and looking to not only be a positive champion as far as having a lot of wins throughout this block, but also looking to, potentially could win his second Champion Carnival. The last one he won was our first one back in 93, as far as, because, we didn't have the 92 one, obviously. So, that's pretty big, as far as, it's pretty big to kind of think about how long it's been since the last time he's won one. He's been in the finals before. I want to say it was him and Kawada in the finals one year. Might have been him and Kobashi beat him, but that's awesome to see him in this block with guys like Gaiji Muto, guys like Hashimoto and Steve Williams too. A new kind of attitude. Steve Williams obviously just as far as disbanded the American Violence Alliance, obviously a group that's been here since the beginning, and to kind of go on his own path right now. It's I think that clear-headed mindset might be what he needs to win that block and win the whole goddamn thing. But Kensuke Sasaki's another guy that has been, he's been the All-Asia Heavyweight Champion. He's gotten some big wins throughout his career, but he still potentially could win the big one here. Same thing for Vader. Same thing for Taue. As far as Taue, he's won the, obviously the Royal Road Tournament. He's won the Ricky Dozen Memorial Cup, but has never won the Champion Carnival. He would join the other members of the Four Pillars, as far as every other one of them has won a Champion Carnival before, so he could be the final one. To do it in the final Champion Carnival, that would be pretty fitting to end out as far as the series, as far as seeing all 4 men of the Four Pillars winning a Champion Carnival. Now, as far as usually, we have a pretty long tour, and we usually have things pretty stretched out. Not this year. It's 18 shows, 5 tournament matches for each night, and that's going to be a lot. That's asking a lot of the talent for sure, but I think they can do it. I think we've stretched it out pretty nicely. I think it's going to be As far as hopefully, fingers crossed, a lot of things could still happen, but I think there's not going to be a lot of injuries during this tour. I think just because the way we spaced it out, we're going to give guys a lot of, as far as rest, but also still be able to run them hard and be able to run a tour that's going to, basically be a month and a half. And obviously, we're starting here at Sunday in the second week of March, so, and this is going to end obviously at the Champion Carnival Finals, which we do know rather, as far as there's going to be right now. We have 2 title matches already set for the finals, and they're the junior heavyweight, both the junior heavyweight title and the junior heavyweight tag team titles. As far as the heavyweight title match of junior heavyweight title matchup will be Jushin Thunder Liger, the new champion, of course, defending his title for the first time against his old partner El Samurai, and then we're gonna see the junior heavyweight tag team title matchup as we have the Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki team going to take on the team of, as far as, I just want to double check this because now I'm like, did I make sure? Okay, yeah, it is the Great Sasuke Tuko Scorpio. I just wanted to make sure. As yeah, that is the junior heavyweight tag team title matchup. So the New World Order might be able to walk away with both pieces of junior heavyweight gold, with not only the singles heavyweight title but also the tag team junior heavyweight titles. As that's going to be awesome. This kind of see there as far as potential. That's going to be a good match too, as far as Sasuke and Scorpio against Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. That should be a good little junior heavyweight tag team match. I'm sure we'll have, an All Asia 6-man tag team title match. I'm sure we'll have an All Asia tag team title matchup as well. And also, as far as there's some big names that are not a part of this tournament. As far as one half of the tag team champions, Doug Furnas, not a part of it. Terry Funk, of course, not going to be in it. Due to just basically his age. Both Tenkoji not going to be in it, which kind of sucks because I felt like they've earned that spot, but it's not the case. Takeo Mori could have possibly made that list, but he missed out on it as well. But I think we've done pretty well for ourselves as of late, as far as having a elite crop of guys, and hopefully it works out well. That's kind of the big thing here. And so as far as we should be good to go as far as to run this first night here. See what we get. As I forgot to turn that down. Good call on that. As I don't mind running the Sendai Sun Plaza on the first night. Hase is passing on psychology tips to Shinjiro Otani. As far as the 5 tournament matches, what should be the main event? I don't mind a Kobashi Chono main event. That sounds pretty good. Also Kawada and Jun Akiyama. Sounds really good. We'll have this be the main. Squad will be beating Jun Akiyama right before the 30-minute mark, so we kind of tease that it might be a draw. Jun Akiyama, of course, beat him last year in the Rikidozan Memorial Cup tournament, as far as on night 2. So, and as far as a pretty quick turnaround, and he also beat him as far as 2 years ago in the Champion Carnival, last time they faced off against each other in Champion Carnival. So, as of late, Akiyama had gotten the best of him, but as far as he comes up short here against them. But yeah, the All Asia Heavyweight Champion winning in his first night. Not a given. Chono will be beating Kenta Kobashi, though, on the first night. That is an awesome win. And as far as they've had, we haven't had a lot of Kobashi Chono matches. I think they've only had one. Yeah, this Champion Carnival match in '97, which Kobashi beat him. That's nice, as far as to be able to do this again. Malenko and Vampiro can go next. Is Vampiro going to beat Dean Malenko? First time singles match here, so potentially might be a bad chemistry matchup, but I have a good feeling about that one. I think it's going to go over pretty well. Hase and Smiley, as Norman Smiley's going to beat Hiroshi Hase in 20 minutes. That's a big win, first of all. They've only had 2 matches against each other. Hase's beaten them twice, as far as once in the Champion Carnival in '96 and the first night of the first round of the Royal Road Tournament of '97. Both have been pretty good matches, so that's really no surprise, though. Look at it from that perspective. Then the final, as far as the opener of the Champion Carnival, Koji Kanemoto against Johnny Ace. Kanemoto will be beating Johnny Ace. I believe that's a first-time meeting as well. As, first-time meeting singles-wise. Obviously, former junior who's now moved up to heavyweight, and Johnny Ace has been a bit of a lifer, as far as obviously since the beginning of the save. So, yeah, we're going to build up to the, as far as to the Samurai Liger matchup here with El El Samurai with Tiger Mask 4 taking on 2 Cold Scorpio and Jushin Thunder Liger. 2 Cold Scorpio is going to be Tiger Mask 4. Just wanted to see how Tiger Mask 4 could do as far as working wise with a guy like, as far as El Samurai. The Fantastics will beat the Golden Cosmic Kings. That is pretty nuts, actually. We're going to change that. We think we're going to have Super Astro beat Jackie Fulton. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. And then Scott Norton and Akatoshi Saito to open up the show. It's going to be only 8 minutes. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's give them at least 10. I don't know why we're kind of shortchanging that one. Oh, yeah, just want to double check, make sure. Yeah, the Sendai Sun Plaza is good to go for the first night. Let's save it. Let's run it. See what we get. A 62 for the opener. That's not bad. Scott Norton beating Akatoshi Saito with the Flash Breaker in 10 minutes. It's a 74 for the Golden Cosmic Kings against the Fantastics. Yeah, good call. Not having them beat them. That's a Super Astro with the Astro Scissors over Jackie Fulton. Not a bad match, though. Not a bad match at all. 74. We'll gladly take that. An 80 for Liger in 2 Cold Scorpio against Tiger Mask 4 and El Samurai. Scorpio Splash from 2 Cold Scorpio on to Tiger Mask 4. Yeah, I love it, though. The NWO, like the trio of the junior guys with Liger, Scorpio, and Sasuke is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome trios. Johnny Ace and Koji Kanemoto. It's Koji Kanemoto with the Moonsault press win in 20 minutes over Johnny Ace, kicking off the 1999 Champion Carnival with a big win. It was an 81 for Norman and Hiroshi Hase. Norman does outperform him, as Norman with the Norman Conquest in 20 minutes. It's a 90 for Dean Malenko and Vampiro, as Vampiro off his game, so that sucks. So he gets a big win like this, and he really wasn't even close. But nail in the coffin, though, over Dean Malenko. It's a big win, though. It's a big win in a Champion Carnival matchup like that. And a 94 for the co-main event is Chono with the Shining Black over Kenta Kobashi in 28:07. It's a big win. Big win for sure. It's an upset, but a believable one. Nonetheless, it's a hell of a match though, with a 94 and an 85 for the main. That's crazy. Kawada and Jun Akiyama don't really have great performances in this one. Assuming inconsistency is what hurt these two. And just holding back. And inconsistency from Jun Akiyama. But man, the crowd was hot for it. Sucks that the main event didn't deliver, but that co-main was pretty solid. Even the match before then outperformed it. Yeah, I thought Kawada had it to be able to kind of carry Jun Akiyama to a great main event, but we'll take it. We'll take the 85. It's a great match, though, from Chono and Kenta Kobashi. I'm just glad we didn't have any injuries or anything like that. That's kind of the big thing here with this tour, is hope that nobody gets hurt and that we can get through these 18 days unfazed. But I'm sure, it's easier said than done, and that there's a lot of different variables going to be going around here. But on to night 2. We'll see how the first day for Block B goes. Alrighty, night 2, as they still got us in Sendai Sun Plaza. And fucking deja vu, as Hase passing on psychology tips to Otani. As, we'll just go ahead and make sure we don't run there again. Yeah, we'll just run the Nagata City Gymnasium here. As, for the main event for this night, Masao and Hashimoto is a fun main event. Go with that. So Masao's going to beat him 26 minutes. About to say, I think they've had a couple of matches. They had the big match for the IWGP Heavyweight title the first time around, which that was in 97. Then Hashimoto got the rematch win that January at the New Year Giants Series. Masao beat him that following couple of months in the Champion Carnival in 96. Hashimoto beat him last year in the Champion Carnival, and then Masao beat him at the, as far as, that was the semifinals, if I remember correctly. I don't think that was the finals. I believe that was the semifinals of the Royal Road Tournament, as Masao is, as far as, they're dead even at 2-2. That's pretty well. Actually, it's 3-2 rather. So Masao jumps up to 4-2 with this win over Hashimoto. It's a big win. Big win for sure. We'll see how Hashimoto does with as far as the timing of that. I really want to see. Actually, Kaiji Muto Vader would be kind of fun, but I think Doc and Kensuke is going to be the better match, so we'll go with that. Doc's going to beat him in 26 minutes. Fucking Dr. Death on a rampage already, beating Kensuke Sasaki. Kaiji Muto, Big Van Vader. A match that would make a lot of sense as far as their first matchup was the Champion Carnival matchup in 95. with us, and they've had a couple of IWGP Heavyweight title matches as far as in the game when New Japan was still around, obviously. But they haven't had a match since then in our save as far as, so that's been a long time coming. And now two guys in the NWO. Could have went with Vader here, but we're gonna go with Kaiji Muto to get a huge win. I do like this Wild Pegasus Dan Crawford rematch. They had a match back in January, as Wild Pegasus beat February, at the Excite Series. So they were 1-1 going into this night, and now Crawford gets that win back and beats Wild Pegasus, and then to open up night 2, Taue Headhunters. Taue's going to win. I can only imagine how finish is going to go, because there's no way he's going to get him up for the choke slam, or maybe he'll big boot him to death. I really don't know. But yeah, we'll go with Takeo Omori, Tsuyoshi Kikuchi against the Holy Demon Army 2, which is Masato Tanaka and Masato Fuchi. As Takeo Omori is going to beat Masato Tanaka. I don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like the Holy Demon Army team will be better, but who knows. The Can-Am crew versus Shudo, as Doug Furnace is going to beat Kazuya Yamasaki in 10 minutes. As I don't know why Kazuya Yamasaki is going to be very upset by that. And then El Samurai, after being a part of a losing team previous night, is going to beat Marufuji in the opener. That should be a fun little opener, though, as far as El Samurai is going to carry him to a 66 Samurai Bomb over Neimichi Marufuji. It's awesome to see Marufuji still developing, obviously. We're still a ways to go from, obviously, we're not going to see his prime or anything in this save, but it's pretty cool that we're building him up still, even though it's kind of a waste of time when you kind of think about the grand scheme of it, but it's still, as far as it's part of what we would be doing if we were continuing on with the save, so it makes sense to still try and build them up. As, the Can-Am crew beating the Shudo team. Yamasaki with a 73, that's actually not that bad. But yeah, as far as I could see now, but even then, Doug Furnace pinned him. It's not like he lost to Van Dam or Storm. But Lance and Sayama were both off their games, and they, with 54s each of them, it's actually not a bad performance, as far as for that matchup. But we'll take the 75. 79. Yep. Fucking knew it, as Fuchi and Tanaka outperformed both Takeo Omori and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. Wrong team wins here. Takeo Omori, though, pinning Tanaka after the lariat. 83 for Taue and Headhunter. So the Headhunter actually outperformed him. Dynamic Bomb, though, from Taue in 20 minutes. That was an 83. 90 for Wild Pegasus and Dan Crawford, as a Tiger Driver from Dan Crawford in 20 minutes over Wild Pegasus. It's another 90 as Kaiji Muto pinning Big Van Vader with the Moonsault in 21:36. So 94 for Doc and Kensuke Sasaki as the backdrop driver from Doc in 26:20. It's crazy. By this time in 1999, he'd obviously had the ill-advised run in WWF as far as after, going to the Brawl for All and as far as tearing his ACL and getting knocked out by Bart Gunn. And he would go back to All Japan, but then he would basically retire because of his throat cancer. That was around 2002-ish, I want to say. So that's kind of crazy that he only has so much time left as far as in-ring wise in real life. But here in the save, it looks like it's going to keep on going. Because he's only 38 here. It's kind of crazy. I figured that he was in his mid-40s by that point, but he's still relatively young, even in 1999, as Misawa, pinning Hashimoto after the Tiger Driver in 26:13. And so, yeah, that's a nice win for Misawa. Beats Hashimoto. And it's a hell of a main event. That was actually a really good card. 93, 94, co-main and main. 290s as well. That was solid. That's a great start for night 2 as well. But both champions winning on their first nights. Bit of a rarity. Bit of a rarity for sure. And their first 2 nights successful in the books. No crazy upsets or anything. As far as if there was an upset, maybe the craziest one was Vampiro, and even then he was off his game, so it would have been a little bit closer. But yeah, not bad. Not a bad first 2 nights. As on to night 3 we go. Alright, night 3 is. We'll see if it's going to be another. Okay, it's not. I was about to say, is it going to be Hase passing on Psychology to Otani? But it's not. But it's Taue passing on Psychology to Masato Tanaka. Liger, he's one to put over everybody. God bless him. He's fucking killing it. As, for this main event, first of all, I want to make sure I change the... Actually, no, we can run the Hiroshima Sun Plaza, that's fine. no big deal. So yeah, main event as Kawada and Chono's a pretty solid main. So we'll go with that. Kawada's going to beat him, so that's 2 straight wins for the All Asia Heavyweight Champion. I want to say they've had a singles match in the past. They've had to have. Yeah, Kawada beat him last year during the night one of the tournament. It was a 99. We did it then. That's the only singles match they've had. It's kind of shocking. But yeah, Chono's up, or Chono rather is down 2-0 to Kawada. Probably could have had Chono get the win there. That wouldn't have been too crazy. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. Let him get a win back. Yes, LA Heavyweight Champion falls. First of all, let's give this more time, too. Let's give him 28 minutes. Kind of also following the grueling contest he had in the first night, is kind of playing into effect there. Even though it's been a couple of days since he had that match, it's weighing on him. Yeah, Kobashi Norman, it's a good co-main. Kobashi's going to beat him. I want to say they've had a couple of matches as well. Yeah, Kobashi's always beaten him. Except for the one time, Champion Carnival 2 years ago. But, yeah, I mean, I just feel like that's for the best. There, and yeah, Kobashi going to get the win. So, the match before that, I think it's going to be Vampiro and Jun Akiyama. That seems like a good call. Jun Akiyama's going to get a win there. I think that's also a good call. Koji Kanemoto, Orochi Hase. Hase's going to beat him. They've had, I want to say they've had a match. Yeah, they've had a couple. Hase's beaten them every time. I don't know how I feel about that, personally, but we'll keep it going, because Hase could use a win. Dean Malenko, Johnny Ace. This is actually a pretty good matchup for Dean, because obviously he's going to outperform Johnny Ace, but he's going to get a win too, nonetheless. And then the undercard matches, so we have a 6-man. So we have the challengers versus the champions, or the champions with the challenger versus the challenger and the champions, as Sasuke is going to beat Jinsei Shinzaki. That's going to be 20 minutes too. Terry Funk and Terry Boy against Jerry Flynn and Machizuki, as Masaki Machizuki's going to lose to Terry Funk in 10 minutes, and Candido's going to beat Chavo in 10 minutes. As, yeah, because we're doing a little as far as Chavo and Candido, we're doing, as far as Blonde Squad and Dean and Wild, Pegasus, and Eddie Guerrero and Chavo. They're kind of their own little group. So it just kind of makes sense to have that be on the undercard. Yeah, I mean, I think we're set. Let's run night 3. 69. Nice for the openers. Blonde Bombshell from Candido in 10:05. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. 73 here for the tag matchup. Yeah, I mean, 2 teams with excellent chemistry. Actually, one with great, one with excellent chemistry, rather, as Jerry Flynn almost outperformed Terry Funk, which is pretty awesome, but Terry Funk and Terry Boy, they do get the win. It's the right decision, but it was pretty goddamn close. That's actually really impressive for the Flynn-Zuki team. It's an 80 for the junior 6-man matchup. El Samurai, Jinsei Shinzaki, Hayabusa against Liger, Tuco Scorpio with the great Sasuke. Sasuke pinning Jinsei Shinzaki with the Michinoku driver. It's a nice win. It's a hell of a match, though. As far as Liger and Hayabusa killing it, and Sasuke, weirdly enough, is not in the 80s there, but he might have been holding back. Let's see, scroll on down. Yep, and holding back. Or inconsistency as well. Dean Malenko and Johnny Ace forgot they have great chemistry. They get the win, does Dean Malenko, with a technical relief in 20 minutes. It's an 86. That's a pretty solid start to the block matches. Wow, Koji Kanemoto outperformed him. Wrong guy wins, as Hase beating him with the Northern Light suplex in 22 minutes. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Hase towards the 2000s, he was, basically was not the in-ring competitor anymore by that point. But by that point, he was, as far as, mainly focused on Japanese Parliament, if I am getting my timeline correct. So I want to say it was 96 is when he mainly became a politician, started running for the first time. It's crazy that he's oh no, yeah, it was 2000. That's what I thought. Yeah, because he's in office from, I think he's still in office. Well, he might have just I could have swore he just actually is the governor of Ishikawa, because he was just a member of the House of Representatives for Ishikawa, but now he's the governor. He's actually moving along pretty crazy. I think he's a Democrat too. But yeah, just kind of wild to think that he's almost been in politics now longer than he was a professional wrestler. I think he's not fully retired either. Yeah, that's right. He was 95. He was elected. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty crazy as far as to think really, to go on and just basically maintain that politics. It's that having just juggling being a member of parliament and being a professional wrestler at the same time, because he stayed in All Japan when the Exodus happened. Like he is a part of BATT, the badass translate trading stable. It was like him, Kashimoto, Teokiya, Shinzaki, because Hase and Muto would team up. Kind of wild. But yeah, enough about Hiroshi Hase's Japanese Parliament adventures as Joe Nakayama beats Vampiro with the wrist clutch exploder. It's a good win, good performance. 80s and 81s, can't beat that. Nice little 86. 94 from Kenta Kobashi and Norman Smiley. It's Kobashi with the Orange Crush. In 25 minutes, it's a nice win. It was just another fantastic match from Kobashi, who's still killing it. In 85, I'm glad we won with Chono getting the win. He gets the better performance rating, and I think that's a big win for Masaru Chono, first of all. You have an All-Asia Heavyweight title matchup in the future, and I think that's going to be a fun matchup, because I always thought stylistically those two made a lot of sense as far as facing against each other. Because as far as either Kawada or Hashimoto or Kawada and Chono, just kind of made sense for if you're going to have a Four Pillars versus the Three Musketeers. Those were probably the two guys you'd want to style up with as far as to take on Kawada, and it was a good match though. I mean, Kobashi's definitely been like the front runner as far as the best performer of Block A, but we've had some good matches though. Very, very good matches. Just Kobashi's just been unreal, even with the tour setting. He's just killing it. As on to the second night for Block B. Alrighty, as another backstage incident. Let's see. What is Kikuchi was brought before Wrestler's Court, accused of failing to pick up a share of the tab at the bar, as Shinya Shimoda found guilty incidents by drinks after the show. As far as Masato Tanaka and Akira Taue, as Taue is passing on psychology to Masato Tanaka. As, yeah, we have Taue and Hashimoto, though, on this card. Yeah, I mean, as far as, let's make sure, yeah, we just ran Chubu, yeah, we just ran Hiroshima Sun Plaza. It looks like we will be running Nakajima Sports Center for Night 4 here. So yeah, main event, Masato and Crawford usually would be, but they have bad chemistry, actually, so that we won't have that be the main. I think we're going to go with Taue and, well, Kaiji Muto a while back is probably the best matchup, so we'll go ahead and add that as the main. Kaiji Muto's going to beat him. 23 minutes is fine. We probably could have given him a little bit more time, but it's not that big of a deal. Taue and Hashimoto could be the co-main. Taue will lose to Shinya Hashimoto here. I want to say they've had a couple of matches. Oh, they've had two. Yeah, Hashimoto's beaten them every time, except for the Taue win for the Ricky Dozen Memorial Cup in the finals. That was in 97, so they haven't had a match since then. So yeah, Hashimoto, though, will be beating him. It's a big win. Big win. So I like, Doc at Headhunter's a fun match, because imagine Doc backdraw driving somebody of Headhunter's size. Like, it's a big fucking dude to be picking up and throwing around like that. He beat him in the one singles match they had. It was a Champion Carnival matchup last year, so that's 2 straight wins of the Champion Carnival for him. And, then we'll have Crawford and Masawa. And because they have bad chemistry, we're going to have it be a Steal the Show matchup. And basically, the story of this one, Crawford hits as far as counters, a corner Hurricane Rana from Masawa into a super Tiger Driver. And it's just kind of out of nowhere. And, as far as the match is starting to build up a little bit, but I don't think anyone's expecting this big, crazy finish until he actually hits this super Tiger Driver. And the place hopefully, goes nuts. And for the 3 count as well, as Crawford's going to upset Masawa. So not only is he going to get a future heavyweight title matchup there, that is a major, major victory to see Masawa go down on the block like that. As Vader, Kensuke Sasaki, Vader's going to beat him. 2 fucking individual horses battling it out here, though. 25 minutes, too, giving them a lot of fucking time. Yeah, we'll probably pump it down to about 20 minutes. I think that's a little bit more realistic. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a solid lineup here for the second night for Block B. As far as, we'll probably go Super Astro and Taka Michinoku here, as Astro's going to beat Taka. Tuco Scorpio and Chava. Nah, we'll probably have it beat Damian La Parka against Johnny Smith and Doug Williams. Yeah, we don't need a Steal the Show matchup, so these all can be just solid undercard matches, but Johnny Smith's going to beat Damian. Damian's extremely... I don't get it. Johnny Smith's, like, good. And then, yeah, we don't need this anymore to be a Steal the Show matchup. But Tuco Scorpio is going to beat Chavo in 10 minutes. Oh, but yeah, I mean, as far as Kaiju Mid, Wild Pegasus, we didn't really talk about, because they never had, like, a singles matchup, I don't think. Oh, no, he beat him last year, that's right. In the Champion Carnival. So, after having the major upset, I think that's a believable main event to be like, could he do it twice? Could he do it back-to-back years? But no, he will not. But that's still going to be a good matchup for him. And I think that match should deliver in a nice way. But Tuco Scorpio beating Chavo, the Scorpio Splash in 10 minutes. Yeah, not the greatest of openers, but we'll take the 64. 62 from, oh man, that's like Damian La Parka have zero chemistry, so they went that. Which is Johnny Smith's going to pin him with the Death Valley Bomb. Yeah, just, you know, as far as, I don't get why Damian was so upset. Obviously with the, like, negative chemistry, Doug Williams almost outperformed him, so it's just kind of weird. 75, though. Luckily, we get it back on track here with Super Astro beating Taka Michinoku with the Astro Scissors in 10-11. It's a nice little win for Super Astro. Good performance, too, from Taka with a 50. But mainly, that's just all on Super Astro. Damn, Vader with a 68, beating Kensuke Sasaki. That's a tough break. Tough break. Because Kensuke Sasaki, obviously, I mean, he's killing it right now, so it just sucks to see him lose like that. 78, though, for two guys that have negative chemistry. We'll take it. As you know, it's not going to be a Cobra Clutch. It's going to be the finish that I just talked about. Color Crowd buzzing, though, so yeah, it delivered on what we needed to do. As Doc beats the head on her. Well, he Dr. Bobs him. That's fucking crazy. That's a big fucking dude to be picking up like that. Nuts. A 76 from Taue and Hashimoto, as jumping spike DDT from Shinya Hashimoto. Both guys with 75s. Could have went either way, realistically. Hopefully the main event delivers here. It does to save the show. So the Muda Lock. Kaiju Muda over Wild Pegasus, 22-33. It's a big win. It's a big win and a big performance from him to save that show, really, because that was looking like one of the worst shows of the Champion Carnival. We saved it at the end. Thank Christ. Thank Christ there. So yeah, we're going to take a look at the standings probably after 6 nights for both, so after night 12. That just seems like the best case scenario as far as to show it at 6 and then show it at 8 and then obviously going into the final night. So yeah, we're going to keep it rolling on to night 3 for Block 8. Alrighty, night 5. As let's see, backstage, and that's Brad Armstrong. He wants to put over Masato Tanaka. That could actually be arranged. That's not too far of a stretch. As the main event for this night, so we have Chono and Norman. Kawada and Vampiro is probably the safest bet, just because those two have really been, especially Vampiro, he's had quite the Champion Carnival so far. Kawada's going to beat him. I think I'm about to say they had a Champion Carnival matchup last year. It was an 88 then. Should be around the same here. Yeah, that's a pretty solid matchup. Kobashi and Kanemoto's not a bad call. Dean and Hase's not a bad call either. We'll probably go with Kobashi and Koji Kanemoto, though. As Kobashi's going to beat him. So Kobashi's had quite a start. Alrighty, it's 25 minutes will that match go, and Kobashi's going to get the win. Yeah, we'll go Malenko Hase here. So Hase's going to beat him. I don't know how I feel about that, but he hasn't beaten him yet, so that could be a fun upset, especially since he beat him in December and February last year. It's the first time they've faced off with the Champion Carnival, though, funny enough, so I think it's a fun upset. Nothing too crazy there. Chono and Smiley. Norman's going to beat him. I think that, I like that a lot, to be honest. Chono's been on a run. Norman, cuts him off here. As far as Chono beat him 2 years ago in Champion Carnival to 99. And Jesus Christ. As I think it's still going to be a really good match, though. Be a really good matchup. Norman's going to beat him, and then Johnny Ace, Jun Akiyama's going to beat Johnny Ace in 21 minutes. As we will have So yeah, we have Tenzan and Yuji Nagata against Johnny Smith and Dave Taylor. So Yuji Nagata's going to beat Dave Taylor there. It's a 10-minute matchup. And then Fuchi and Ogawa against Honoru and La Parka. As we're going to have this be a Steel Show matchup, and Ogawa's going to get the win. Of course, Fuchi's the goddamn agent. And then Brad Armstrong, Dean Michimar Fuji. Obviously, Brad's going to get the win there. We have Red Shoes given too much. Interesting, as he must be, he's reffing the main. We'll give that to Tiger Tory. Why not? Yeah, we'll probably skip Kanto, actually, run the Star Lanes, and call it a day here for Night 5. This is 69 for the opener. Nice, as Brad Armstrong with the side Russian leg sweep. 934 over Nemeji Marufuji is 73 from Ogawa and Fuchi against La Parka and Honoru, as Ogawa pitting La Parka in 10-19. Yeah, again, just level to that one. They are not at that level, unfortunately, for La Parka and Honoru, as Tenzan and Nagata beating Johnny Smith and Dave Taylor, as Yuji Nagata pinning Dave Taylor to the belly, 2-back suplex. Yeah, I mean, Johnny Smith and Tenzan did the same rating. Yuji Nagata with a 64, so yeah, my right team wins, but it's not a bad match at all. Johnny Smith could have made the Champion Carnival lineup, too. I didn't even really mention him, as he does better Johnny Ace here, as Jun Akiyama pinning him with a wrist clutch Death Valley Driver in 20 minutes. Does 77. There's an 83 from Chono and Norman, as Norman does beat him, even though Chono having a great performance here. It's a tough break. Tough break. But, as far as Norman Conquest, I think that's a good win for Norman, and Chono will be fine with that loss. Yeah, I mean, this one we knew was going to be a bad upset, kind of, in reality, but it's still a fun match, though. An 83 we'll take it. I think stylistically they match up well, too. Hase's going to beat him, though, with the Northern Light Suplex in 21:47. It's an 82. That's kind of shocking, as Kobashi beating Koji Kanemoto with the Brainbuster in 25 minutes. Thought that'd be at least in the 80s, or the high 80s there, but just isn't the case there. But the main event, it's an 82 as well, as Kawada beating Vampiro with the Kawada Crab. Yeah, I mean, that was just kind of weird that we couldn't get it over the hump. We had a lot of light green matches, though, so that's, I mean, at least that's a positive thing to have. But yeah, so many matches close to being 85 plus, but could not get there. Yeah, I mean, that's it's one of the worst nights so far, but I'm still pleased with how everything kind of went. Some upsets, some big wins. That main event should have did a little bit better, but it's either here nor there. Night 5, though, in the books. On to Night 6, we go. Alrighty, we have this as a big event. Hopefully we have a main event to deliver. Yeah, Masawa Kaijimuto, that will definitely work as a major main event for this night. Yeah, save that. As far as backstage incident, Kazuya Yamasaki and Steve Williams, as Yamasaki's Rafa Wrestlers Court accused being an hour late to pick up his assigned travel partner. As the judge, Steve Williams found him guilty and sentenced to pay for Travel Brothers meals for the next 3 shows. Hashimoto wants to put over Chris Jericho, Jesus. As that's a big request. Fortunately, that's probably not going to happen, but that is awesome. Awesome to see. As Masao and Kaijimuto, time limit draw. Feel like this is the best case scenario for these two men. I think they've only had like one match. Yeah. It's at the semifinals of the '96 Royal Road Tournament. It was Great Muto. He was under the mask, under the paint. Oh no, they had the finals in '98, which Masao won. So they're 1-1 going into this night, and it makes sense to make it 1-1-1. 1 point for each man there. Co-main's going to be interesting because Taue and Doc's a fun match. I do love Kensuke and Wild Packers. We'll probably go with this, to be honest. Well, never mind, they have bad chemistry. But that will open up the block. Hashimoto and Crawford could be the co-main. I don't mind that. As Dan Crawford's going to beat Shinya Hashimoto. That's a big win, too, for Dan Crawford. I want to say, yeah, Hashimoto beat him 2 years ago during the Super Power Series tour. But other than that, you've had that just one match. We'll see how it goes. We shall see. Yeah, and then Taue and Doc go before that. Doc's going to get the win. 29 minutes, too, right before the 30-minute mark. That's a great win for Doc. And then Headhunter and Vader, two just absolute hosses battling it out. And Vader's going to get the win there. As, Doug Furnace, Lance Storm against Holy Demon Army of Masafuchi and Masato Tanaka. We don't need a Steal the Show matchup now, so we can get rid of that. But yeah, Fuchi's going to beat Lance Storm in 10 minutes. New World Order versus Takayama and Hayabusa. Oh, this might actually be better. Yeah, we might have this actually be after the previous match we just added. Hayabusa and Yoshihiro Takayama, though, getting the win. We're going to see how they do as a team. I know usually we like having the established team, especially a team that has excellent chemistry like they do. But Takayama's been on a roll, and he could use that win. That would be a massive win for him. And Naruki Sano's going to beat... Oh, sorry, Ramayone's not here. That's right. That is right. As, gotta say, we really don't have a lot. I guess we can have Akira Raijin do it. We could have Tiger Mask 4, which that kind of be weird, since obviously they're in the same group. Let's go Van Dam. Van Dam and Naruki Sano. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. We should be good to go, though, as far as from that perspective. Yeah, we just need to make sure we... wow, yeah, I think we're going to run the... I think we're going to run Osaka Joe Hall. I think that's a good call there for night 6. And yeah, we got a hell of a main event, though, lined up. An 80 for the opener. Scoop Brainbuster from Naruki Sano with Rob Van Dam in 10-10. Nice performance from Naruki Sano. As the next matchup, another 80. Natsu Fuchi and Masato Tanaka beating the Doug Furnace Lance Storm team. Obviously, just a team that's just an excellent chemistry team. Fuchi and Tanaka, they're rolling. They are rolling as a backdrop suplex from Fuchi to beat Lance Storm in 10 minutes. Then a 90 from the New World Order against Yoshihiro Takayama and Hayabusa. Yeah, an upset, but it's a fun match, though. Takayama with a running knee. Nagata. Yuji Nagata probably should have got the win there, but... Or Sasuke could have got... Well, maybe... Yeah, probably just Yuji Nagata beating Takayama. We're still trying to build Takayama up is the big thing with that one. I don't mind that. Don't mind it at all. 86 for Vader and Headhunter. 76 and 78. The right guy wins. As the Vader Bomb in 20 minutes. It's a fun match, though. Two hosses battling it out. Yeah, just two teams. Two people. Excellent chemistry. That don't have, rather good chemistry. And it hurts the match here. We got the crowd buzzing, though. Wild Pegasus does outperform him and gets the win in 10 minutes. There's a 99. Jesus Christ. As Doc beats Talent the Dr. Bomb in 29:07. What a win. Massive. 98 from Shin Yashimoto and Dan Crawford. Dan Crawford outperforms him, wins the Tiger Driver. Massive. Another massive win. 100 for the main. How about that? Kaiji Muto and Mitsuharu Misawa with the time limit draw in 30 minutes. And that was the right call. What a fucking show. 98. We still can't get that 100 show. We would have had a really good chance if Doc and Taue was the co-main, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I can't really ask for anything more. Obviously the one match that's going to kind of suck is the match that doesn't have the good chemistry. But other than that, we delivered massively, especially for the 100 main event. Well, yeah, we got to put over the guys in the main. Now, they killed it there. Let's, trying to think, let's give Yuji Nagata some love for putting over Takayama, not really complaining about it. Most guys would have in that situation, so try to kind of spread it around. But yeah, that's a fucking hell of a show, though, obviously. It's awesome that we got to have a major show like that. Hopefully get one for Block B, too. Rather not Block B, for Block A, rather, as since that was just Block B. That would be awesome. That would be awesome to see how they do, because, with Kobashi and Kawada, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to see Night 7 have a kind of normal event as well. So yeah, on to Night 7, though. Alrighty, Night 7. As far as, see what we get for a backstage incident, Taue, Masato Tanaka. Taue passing on psychology tips to Masato Tanaka. This is obviously not going to be on the same level as the previous show, but we still have a pretty fun main event, though, in Dean Malenko and Kenta Kobashi. Kobashi's going to beat him. 26-minute matchup there. Yeah, as far as Dean, I want to say did he beat him one time? I could have swore he did. He might have pinned him in a tag match is what it was. But yeah, they had the time limit draw on Night 7 last year. Yeah, I think that's the only singles match they've had. So this is a major moment for both guys here. But yeah, Kobashi's going to beat him. I think it's the right call. Should be the right call there. As far as the co-main, Chono Vampiro makes sense. Norman and Koji Kanemoto also makes sense. So I think we're going to go with this, though. I think we'll go with Kanemoto and Smiley. Kanemoto gets the win, too. That's going to be fun. First time meeting, singles-wise. So that should be nice. Hopefully, as long as there's no bad chemistry or anything. It's Chono and Vampiro. Vampiro's going to beat him. 26-minute matchup there. That's a huge upset. And for them to have the first time meeting, kind of don't want it to be Vampiro getting one. I want it to be Chono, so... Man, Chono's getting some sympathy points for sure off of just kind of double, maybe second guessing myself more than anything. But Jun Akiyama and Hiroshi Hase be the next matchup. Hase's gone on a pretty good run. I know Jun Akiyama beat him last year, and he beat him in their first matchup. So, I mean, they're 2-2 going into this match. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the right case to have Jun Akiyama beat him. I think he's going to outperform him. Just talking myself into a lot of changes here. Johnny Ace, Kawada, though. Obviously, Kawada's going to win. 20-minute matchup there with Kawada getting the win as the... Let's see. So we got Kikuchi Takayomori against Flynn Zuki. I guess this can go here. I don't really mind that. Kikuchi's going to beat Machizuki, though, in 10 minutes. Satoru Osako, Deki Osaka against Terry Funk and Terry Boy. Terry Funk's going to beat Deki Osaka in 10 minutes. And then as far as the Steal the Show matchup, which is actually a hell of a match. Blonde Bombers versus Tiger Mask 4 and Satoru Sayama. Scandita is going to beat Tiger Mask 4. So yeah, we'll have that beat Jumbo, even though that kind of doesn't make any sense to have Jumbo be the agent for a junior heavyweight matchup. Let's see. I think we're going to actually run... Yeah, I think we're going to run the Wakayama Fractal Gym here. Since obviously we were just in Osaka the night previous. Yeah, let's run it. See if we get a 75 for the opener. It's not bad at all. Candido and Jericho getting the win. Blonde Bombshell from Candido over Tiger Mask 4. Sam actually did pretty well. I was surprised by that. Surprised indeed. 68, though, for Terry Funk and Terry Boy against Hideki Ozaki and Satoru Osako. Yeah, just putting a lot of faith in Terry Funk. Satoru Osako, though, I know he's been rusty. I know he's been in rehab, so I think that's kind of what hurt him there. Yeah, he's considered rusty, so... Luckily, his rating isn't going to be that bad, but it's going to be for a little bit. But it's a nice win, though, for Terry Funk, nonetheless. Get a win with a pile driver. 74 for Jerry Flynn in Machizuki, as they probably, at least, as far as Machizuki, obviously, kind of brought everybody down in the Flynn, in that whole match. But Kikuchi and Takayomori getting a nice win with Kikuchi with the submission win over Machizuki. 92, holy shit, that's Kawada with a Kawada Crab over Johnny Ace in 19 minutes. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Kawada Crab getting a lot of wins for him. As Jun Akiyama gets the win over Oshiase, outperforms him too. Yeah, that's the right call. That's the right call for sure. As that was an 81. 86 from Chono and Vampiro. Again, another good call. Chono with a Deathlock STF. 26-12. It's a good win for Masahiro Chono. 90 from Norman Smiley and Koji Kanemoto. An upset, but hey, somehow gets a 90. So I'm not going to be too upset with it, as Koji Kanemoto with a major win over Norman in their first matchup. And so, yeah, I mean, back-to-back matches for the first time, facing off against each other, that went really well. Could have been a lot worse. And Dean Malenko and Kent Kobashi, yeah, they have great chemistry. Forgot about that. It's Kobashi, the Burning Lariat. Malenko did outperform him, but what a match, though, at 96. Especially for a tour show main event, that's pretty crazy. I mean, listen, they put up a fair fight against that Night 6 show. Can't be too upset with that performance, not at all. That was a really, really good show. Hell of a main event. Can't go wrong with that one. That is solid shit there. So yeah, on to Night 8 we go. I believe Night 9 is a normal show, though, so at least Block B gets their chance to have a normal show as far as Block A, rather, we'll have a normal show like Block B just had for Night 6, so that's going to be nice to see how they perform on the big stage. Hopefully it's a banger. As yeah, on to Night 8. We go, actually, growth of WCW, they gotten even bigger? What the fuck? Oh, they're just signing new people. I was about to say, what the fuck? Oh, they rose to big. I see. Makes sense, I thought they were already big, they must have dropped down during the saves. So yeah. Well, shout out WCW. Somehow they're making a comeback. As far as I know, Savage is his new champion. He just beat Cactus at the Uncensored pay-per-view. Hurts my soul to see that, but I get it. I mean, listen, they have a hell of a roster. I mean, when you have Sting, Cactus, Austin, as far as Brian Pillman, Steamboat still, Dustin, Bobby Eaton, killing it still at 99. And same thing for like Wyndham and Simmons and Arn Anderson. It's crazy. Rick Rude, man, he would pass away like I think it's either March or April of 99. So that's kind of crazy to think, as far as it's sad to think more than anything. Yeah, Sid, DDP, Steiner, they got Nash. And they would have had Scott Hall, but Scott, just brutal to see what happened in the save from him. But yeah, it's kind of cool to just kind of look at what WCW's cooking up. Yeah, on to Night 8 we go. Alrighty, there's some more backstage incidents. Let's see what Wellington Wilkins Jr. brought for Russell's court, accused of not paying attention during a locker room meeting. And Shinya Hashimoto found him guilty and sends a crate of beer for the locker room. Dawei passing on psychology tips to Masato Tanaka. What a surprise. But yeah, the main event. Yeah, I mean, Misawa, Kensuke Sasaki's not a bad call. Not a bad call. As, Misawa's going to get the win, 22 minutes. It's going to be nice. Nice win for him. Vader and Steve Williams will be the co-main. Because I fucking love that match. Doc's going to beat him, too. Doc's had a hell of a run so far. As far as they've had a match, I want to say. No, this is the first time meeting. That's pretty crazy. Let's have Vader beat him. Let's go with an upset. I like it. As Crawford and Tawei. Crawford's going to beat Tawei, so it's a big win. 22 minutes. We should probably give some of these matches some more time. Wild Pegasus and the Headhunters. Headhunters going to get the win. Another 20-minute matchup. And then, of course, I wanted to specifically mark this as bad chemistry because I was like, we'll probably forget it. It's still going to be a 20-minute matchup, though, but we're just going to, hope that it's not that bad of a matchup. But Hashimoto's going to beat Kaiji Muto, which is huge to think. Yeah, we'll give them 25. Give them 23. I mean, still not a whole lot of changes to the time length, but I think enough to where it makes sense. The Can-Am crew taking on the Holy Demon Army, as Fuchi's going to beat Lance Storm again. I think we're going to have him beat Van Dam, actually. I think that's the right call there. Los Favano against the Fantastics. As this is a Steelers Show matchup, but yeah, I didn't pick a winner here. Let's go with Jackie Fulton. They could use a win. Let's have Jackie beat. Let's have him beat La Parka. Yeah, I think that's a good call there. And Osamu Nishimura, actually Kazuki Vegeta is gone, because he's training for an MMA fight, so we'll have to change that. Let's see. Let's have it be Hideki Osaka, why not? Okay, yeah, we're good to go on that anyways. Let's make sure we pick a nice little venue here. Yeah, we ran Chubu. Yeah, I think we've pretty much ran everywhere. It looks like we can go back to the Sundai Sun Plaza. Yeah, because I want to save Kanto for the big night here for night 9 for him, so yeah, Sendai Sun Plaza it is. Well, let's run it. So Osamu Nishimura and Hideki Osaka's actually not a bad little opener. As Osamu Nishimura gets the win in 10 minutes. It's a 59. Could have been better, but could have been worse too. At the same time as La Parka stinking up the joint in this one, as Jackie Fulton pinning him after a fantastic flip. It's crazy the Fantastics have done such a great service for us. I mean, they've been just fantastic. To have them since the beginning has been pretty great. So 79 from the Can-Am crew and the Holy Demon Army. The Holy Demon Army gets the win. Smash with STF over Rob Van Dam. It's a good performance. Lance with a 55. Doug Furnace with a 79. So yeah, just Rob. I gotta lose there. The 81 from Kaiji Muto and Shinya Hashimoto. Vertical drop brainbuster getting the win from Hashimoto there. As yeah, visibly tired was Hashimoto, and plus obviously them not clicking kind of hurt it. But an 81 is still a good little matchup. Wild Pegasus outperformed them, but just from the sheer size alone, it felt like Headhunter should get a win during this Champion Carnival, and gets the win with a diving leg drop too, which is fucking crazy. Another 82 for Crawford and Tawei, as Crawford with a Tiger Driver, pinning that big bastard in 22:49. It's a 91 for Vader and Steve Williams. Love that the upset win still gets a 91. Shout out Steve Williams for not even complaining about it too. Awesome. Awesome to see there. Then an 88 from Misawa and Kensuke Sasaki, as Tiger Drive from Mitsuya Masawa. It's a nice win, and yeah, just a hell of a match for Block B as well. They killed it. Absolutely killed it. Good shit. Good shit there on the night 9, and that's going to be a pretty big show for them. That's going to be in probably either the Tokyo Dome or somewhere else, as far as somewhere that's a big-ass venue. So that's going to be pretty massive. Should be the last show of March, too. So hopefully go out with a banger. Alrighty, night 9. Big show for, as far as for Block A. This is a big opportunity. Big opportunity for them. As they get a big-ass show like this on CBS, you can't really beat that. As I make sure, I don't know why I didn't register, I clicked it, but I'm glad I double-checked that. Oh, I clicked it too goddamn soon. Kinsuke was willing to put somebody over. As Hase passes on tips on psychology to Shinjiro Otani. So that's great. I think, as far as I think, we should be fine as far as to run. I don't want to run the Tokyo Dome, actually. I think I want to run fucking Kawasaki Stadium. Because I love that venue. Fucking Kawasaki Stadium. Big ass. I mean, just a big ass fucking field. 30,000 strong. Kawasaki Stadium. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I mean, I think we could look and see who Kinsuke wanted to put over. I guess not. Well, shit. Maybe it'll be on the next show. A lot of people want to put over Chris Jericho, though. So, as far as the main event, Kobashi Jun Akiyama, I think, makes probably the most sense there. Jun Akiyama's going to beat him, too. Big-ass fucking win in the main event. To have Akiyama beat him, not once but twice now, is pretty fucking awesome. Kobashi, of course, has been on a run as far as that goes. As far as Kobashi lost to Jun Akiyama at the, was it the fucking semi? Oh, no, that's right. We were going to have him beat him in the finals, but we changed our mind. That's why he hasn't beaten him yet. So yeah, this is even bigger. To finally, the man who started, debut, fucking 1992, the 20th anniversary show. Hard to believe it. Hard to believe it. And it took 7 goddamn years to do it, but he does it. He beats Kenta Kobashi in a big-ass main event in front of 30,000 people. Doesn't get better than that. Dean and Norman will be the co-main. As Dean Malenko's going to be Norman Smiley. We're going to give them a little bit more time because I just love those two to death. Hase and Kawada can go here as Kawada's going to beat him in 23 minutes. Koji Kanemoto, Masahiro Chono, as Masahiro Chono beating Koji Kanemoto. He just keeps on rolling. And of course Johnny Ace taking on Vampiro, which Vampiro will win over Johnny Ace, which is no surprise the way Johnny Ace's tournament has went. It has not been kind to him. Wild and Ready, though, against Tenkoji, as Kojima's going to beat Manabu Nakanishi. I think that's the right call. Taka and Terry Boy against Shinichi Funaki and Shinjiro Otani, as Funaki's going to get the win there as well in 10 minutes. And then Jericho will be beating Honoro. We might change that, actually. Just kind of thinking we could probably use Satoru Osaka to be in that matchup. Just because we need to book him, but also, yeah, I think that's... It's also first time meeting, if I remember correctly, a singles matchup, yeah, so... Hopefully it goes over well. Hopefully. There, I just want to double check, make sure everything... Okay, yeah, everything's good to go. Let's run it, night 9. Started up with a 64. Lion Tamer from Chris Jericho, beating Satoru Sayama. He was... Or Satoru Sayama, Jesus Christ. Satoru Osaka. As, yeah, I mean, Jericho completely outperformed him. Wasn't really even close, even with him being off his game. 78 for the Terry Boy Taka Michinoku matchup against Shinichi Funaki and Shinjiro Otani. It's a strong capture from Funaki over Terry Boy. Yeah, Shinjiro Otani, that was the man. Happy that he's finally doing well. We need to get him some more wins along the way. As an 80 for Wild and Ready versus Tenkoji. Takayama actually almost outperformed Tenzan, so that was pretty cool, since Tenzan was really off his game. But they set out Spinebuster from Kojima over Manabu Nakanishi. Got the crowd buzzing too, so that's awesome, right in the perfect timing. As Vampiro nailed the coffin over Johnny Ace in 22 minutes. It's a good rating, though, 92 from Vampiro. Holy shit, a 98 from Chono and Koji Kanemoto as the Yakuza kick from Masahiro Chono in 24-28. It's a nice win there from Masahiro Chono. 99 from Kawada and Hase, as Hase losing to the Kawada Crab in 22-52. Another quad crab win. Another 99 for Dean Malenko and Norman Smiley as Dean beats him with the Texas Cloverleaf in 25-39 in our main event. Motherfucker, as that could have been awesome. Fortunately, lack of psychology there. Blue Thunder Bomb, though, from Jun Akiyama as he beats Kenta Kobashi in 28 minutes in front of 30,000 people. God, I was hoping that would be an awesome finish and an awesome main event. It's a good show, though. I mean, listen, the 98 and 299s going into the main event, we just got fucked over a little bit there. But yeah, now into the double digits. As, yeah, we definitely want to put over Jun Akiyama and Kobashi. And, trying to think, actually, Vampiro for his performance. He actually did really well against Johnny Ace, so yeah. Put everybody over there. Good call. Yeah, I mean, so far, we couldn't ask for a better champion Carnival. No one's gotten hurt. We've had some banger matches. We had 100, earlier, obviously. And, we've had a couple of 99s now. And, the good vibes keep on going. We'll take a look at the standings, though, after night 12. So we're coming up on basically we'll be a little bit over the halfway point. We're basically right at the halfway point right now, but yeah, just now we're in April, so 2 weeks left, just as far as fucking full steam ahead, hoping for the best. Alright, and at 10 is backstage incident. TEW has taken on Raw under his wing as a protege. I did not expect that. That's pretty great. Pretty great. I also want to check. Man, did Kensuke Banks have someone under his wing? Is that it? Fuck. Let's take a look. Figured he'd be a little too young for that, but maybe he's not. I'll say, I think, yeah, personal information, no? It will be a goddamn mystery what that was. As, it must have been, doing, funny, cartoon drawings or something, or impressions of, some of his colleagues and Pop the Boys in the back. But yeah, for this main event, can't go wrong with Kaiji Muto and Dan Crawford, to be honest. Can't go wrong with Doc and Wild Pegasus either. I think that's a great 1-2 punch. Muto's going to beat Crawford in the main. And yeah, they've had one match in the past. It was Champion Carnival matchup last year. It was a 99 too. Jesus Christ. As yeah, it's going to be an awesome co-main. Wild Pegasus beating Dr. Death, Steve Williams. Would be a fun finish to see. Wild Pegasus counter the Dr. Bomb into like kind of when he's going up for it, like the gut wrench part, he transitions into a crossface, like kind of midair, drops it down, and be pretty sick. It'd have to take a lot of timing to do that, but he could probably be able to do it, or even just counter the Dr. Bomb, drop down, German suplex, float over into the crossface, get the submission win. Could definitely see that too. As, yeah, I mean, and then we got Misawa and Headhunter, and I don't think that's going to be the... We'll probably go Hashimoto and Kensuke Sasaki. Kensuke's going to beat him in 20 minutes. I love this match. Two heavy fucking hitters. As far as Kensuke beat him 2 years ago, rather, at the Champion Carnival. So as far as back-to-back wins for him, that's crazy. He's going to be up 2-1 in the series over Shinya Hashimoto. It's going to be a little bit fatigued, but that's, that's always Shinya Hashimoto. It seems like it's TEW. He's going to lose to Big Van Vader in 21 minutes. Awesome win for Vader. And then Misawa and Headhunter. First of the 5 matches as Misawa's going to win in 20 minutes. So we got the Kano brothers versus Shudo of Osamu Nishimura and Nuki Sato. So Osamu Nishimura is going to beat Shunji Takano in 10 minutes. Kikuchi and Psychosis is probably the steal of the show matchup. It is, as Kikuchi's going to beat Psychosis. And then Jinsei Shinzaki and Yoshihiro Tajiri open up the show, as Shinzaki getting the win there. It's a fun match, though. And it is a fun-ass match. So, as far as... trying to think. I think we're going to go back to the Star Lanes. Oh, the Sendai Sun Plaza, even. Yeah, we'll go with the Sendai Sun Plaza. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We ran that for night 8. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. That's fine. Let's just go to Chubu. Let's just go the other way around as Nagata City Gymnasium. Alright. As, let's run it. Or actually, since they've already seen Block B, let's give them something else. Yeah, let's give them the Hiroshima Sun Plaza. Fuck it. 66 though for Jinsei Shinzaki and Yoshihiro Tajiri. It's a big win for Shinzaki as far as to get some singles wins like that. Nice to see. 71 from Kikuchi and Psychosis. It's a decent little matchup there. We'll take it. See what the next match is. 74, yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, the Osawa Nishimura and Yuki Sano team's really good. As Yuki Sano, though, as far as he was the best guy in the matchup. Crazy to think Osawa Nishimura gets outperformed by Shunji Nakano. Shows you how great he is. I know Osawa Nishimura was off his game still, but that's kind of crazy. With the chemistry boost, he still couldn't outperform him. The 87, though, for Masawa and the Headhunter as Tiger Driver. That's a big fucking dude to be picking up for a Tiger Driver. That would end terribly, terribly for him. As Vader and Taue, they have great chemistry. As Taue loses to Vader with the Vader Bomb in 20 minutes. This is a good matchup. I was hoping to be a little bit better than the 79, but we'll take it. 76 for Kensuke Sasaki and Shinya Hashimoto. Right guy wins because Hashimoto gets gassed at the end. Stranglehold Gama from Kensuke Sasaki in 20 minutes. It's a big win. 87 from Doc and Wild Pegasus. Oh, it's him with the Wild Bomb. That's fine by me. Fine by me. As getting the win in 24 minutes too. Nice, nice, nice. And a 90 for the main event. Kaiji Muto, Dan Profit. Kaiji Muto's the Moonsault in 26 minutes. It's a big main event. So for Kaiji Muto to get that win too, that's pretty major. Pretty major. And alrighty, as we are now coming up on the tail end here. We just have as far as from nights 11 to 18, and of course the finals. But yeah, I mean, this should be, kind of all hands on deck type of situation now. Everybody needs to be on their A game, and everyone needs to be on their best. As far as if they want to win this thing, you have to, it's put up or shut up time right now. Can't have any mistakes going into the final couple of shows here. But on to night 11, we go. Alrighty, night 11, backstage incident as Tanaka and Shinya Hashimoto. So Tanaka was brought forward wrestlers court accused of making a mess backstage and not cleaning it up. As annoying everyone else, as Judge Shinya Hashimoto found him guilty and sentenced to clean up in the minor after the show. It's Taue passing on selling to Anaru. As, our main event will be Kobashi and Kawada, which makes fucking sense. And you guessed it, will be a draw because these two, 1 point each, makes a whole lot of sense. I don't think they've had a draw before. Oh, they have. Yeah, the first Champion Carnival matchup they had. Actually, the first ever match. Back in 93 that they did was a draw. And then Kobashi beat him during the Superpower Series. Then Kawada beat him at the Champion Carnival the following year. Short Crown title matchup, Kawada won. And then Kobashi won in the Memorial Cup Finals. The Champion Carnival win for Kawada. Grand Heavyweight title win for Kawada. So they've battled for damn near everything. And in the finals of the Champion Carnival in 98. It's wild to think that they have had some major matches throughout the time. Which makes sense. Obviously, two of the four pillars. And I think that's a great main event, though, to have those two go 30. We'll go Norman and Jun Akiyama. Jun Akiyama going to get the win in 22 minutes. What a win. First of all, Dean Malenko, Koji Kanemoto. Koji Kanemoto beating Dean Malenko. That's huge. Then we'll have Hase and Vampiro here. Hase's going to beat him in 20 minutes. Then Johnny Ace, Masahiro Chono. Again, Masahiro Chono's going to get the win. To no surprise. As the Canadian Junior Express against the Fantastics. Tommy Rogers is going to beat Lance Storm, in 10 minutes. Two Cold Scorpio and Honoro. That might be a Steel Show match. Nope, it is not. Two Cold Scorpio going to get the win. George Takano, Damone Honda. Alright, we need a Steel Show matchup. So it's going to be now Damone Honda and George Takano. And that Damone Honda's going to get the win. Actually, yeah, I just don't think that's the best case scenario. I think this is, have it just be a normal, regular matchup. If someone's going to be the Steel Show matchup, it's probably going to be Two Cold Scorpio and Honoro if we had to pick one. Alright. So yeah, a lot of singles matches though on this night here for night 11. As let's see, I think we're back. Oh no, we're about to say we're back to Jubu here. It works for me. Alright. Let's run it. 63 for the opener. Oof. Tamon Honda level 61. That's a good win for him. He gets a win with the triangle choke too at 942. 69 for Too Cold Scorpio and Honoru as Too Cold Scorpio with the Scorpio Splash, 10 minutes. 68 for Rob Van Dam and Lance Storm against the Fantastics. Tyler Rogers with the Tommy Knocker over Lance Storm. Again, Fantastics. Just keep on keeping on. Chono beating Johnny Ace with the Yakuza kick in 21 minutes. So that was a 71, or 78 rather, 81 here for Hase and Vampiro. As Vampiro probably should have got the win as he outperforms him. I mean, Hase was off his game, but still, I think he still would outperform. It was a good match though, but it would have won for Hase with the Northern Light suplex. So an 86 for Dean Malenko and Koji Kanemoto. First of all, Koji Kanemoto had no business winning this matchup. A 66. God damn. He must have been holding back and yeah, and he was off his game too. Just fucking the trifecta of bullshit is what that was for Koji Kanemoto. That sucks. 83 for Jun Akiyama and Norman Smiley. As Jun Akiyama with the wrist clutch Death Valley driver. Fuck yeah. Nice win. And, I mean, a hell of a match. Hell of a match there. The 94 for the time limit draw for Kobashi and Kawada. I think that was the good call. I think that was the right call. Have those guys go 30 and have the draw for them. I think that makes sense. So there's been 2 draws, and one for Block A, one for Block B, and both featuring a champion too. Funny enough, but yeah, 92. We'll take that. We'll take that. So yeah, night 12 on the horizon. We'll take a look at the standings, see where everybody's at, and we'll round her up and see how we finish out these 2 blocks for the Champion Carnival here in 1999. It's hard to believe that it's the last one. You try not to. Hasn't really hit me yet that this is going to be like the last time we'll book it with this roster, but it is in fact the end. But hopefully we have a banger to end it out on. Hopefully. Alrighty, night 12 is Taiwan and Kajimuto, Masawa and Doc. That's probably the main. As Horishase passing on tips on psychology to Shinjiro Otani. Yeah, let's. Alright, yeah, the Nakajima Sports Center it is here for night 4. Actually, again, I don't want those guys, seeing each other back to back like that. So we'll run the, we'll run the walkout. Actually, we've run there twice too. Yeah, we'll run the Star Lanes then. Fuck it. Won't be a sellout, be pretty damn close though. Masawa and Doc, that was a hell of a main. They're getting a banger there. And another time limit draw. Back-to-back time limit draws. 2 time limit draws for Masawa here against Doc. And yeah, I just think this was the right call. As far as those 2, they've had the 1 match. Oh, no, they've had 2 matches. Oh, no, they've had 3. Never mind. 4. Jesus. As Masawa's beating them every time but once. We could have had Doc win. And even, about to say, even the New Year Giant Series matchup in 99. Yeah, I mean, Masawa's beating him basically every time but once. That was at the Champion Carnival in 97. But yeah, I mean, we'll take that as a time of draw. I think that's a believable one, too. They need more than 30. I feel like that makes sense. Taue and Muto can be the co-main. I love that match. Kaiji Muto's going to beat him. Tough, because Taue hasn't had the best of luck in this Champion Carnival. I believe he has 2 points going into this night. He's never beaten him. Oh, no, yeah, he's never beaten him. Oh, no, he did. I was about to say, the heavyweight title match, the All-Asia heavyweight title matchup in 96, the Excite Series. That was in 84. But, yeah, I mean, Kaiji Muto, it's going to beat him. I think it's the right call. I do. I think I'm going to stand by that. Crawford and Kensuke Sasaki. As Kensuke Sasaki beats Dan Crawford. That's a huge win, first of all. Dan Crawford a little unhappy about that one. Vader and Wild Pegasus. Vader's going to win that one. And then Shinya Hashimoto and the Headhunter, as Hashimoto will be beating the Headhunter in 20. We'll have that just be a 20-minute matchup, because they aren't going to be able to. Maybe, can we get away with like a 19-minute matchup here? Give it a chance. I don't think it's going to work out, but you never know. So the Doug Furnace and Rob Van Dam against Satoshi Kojima and Too Cold Scorpio. Well, that's a bit of a banger. Doug Furnace going to be beating Satoshi Kojima, too. That's a huge win for the Can-Am crew. Los Pavano, BWO, 8-man tag. It's Abyss, Psychosis, Damien, and Honoru against Terry Funk, Brad Armstrong, Taka Michinoku, and Terry Boy. As Terry Funk's going to beat the monster that is Abyss, and then Sasuke's going to beat Chavo. I don't mind that. Actually, let's change. Instead of Sasuke against Chavo, let's have him take on Akira Raijin. Oh, so Now we're gonna have Sasuke be on this side. That's fine. Not that big of a deal. As, yeah, Sasuke getting the win. Kiraijin. Yeah, now that's gonna be a little bit fucked up, but that's alright, though. We should be good to go. As, yeah, let's run it. Run the star lanes here for night 12. 70 for the opener. As the great Sasuke with a Thunder Fire Powerbomb over Kiraijin. It's a good win, good performance. 70 again. And, yeah, I mean, Los Bravano, we see Kosis and Damien doing pretty well for themselves. The best is still chugging along, but yeah, Brad Armstrong, best guy in the match. Terry Funk with a pile driver is pretty awesome. It'd be kind of a fun finish. I don't know how safe this would be, but how teams usually do, like, the double team spike pile driver out of the corner. Have Taka and Terry Boy I do a springboard to help him while Brad comes off the top, so it's like fucking 3 people coming down. Would be pretty cool, but I don't know how safe that is. I don't think I've seen anybody do that. I could have swore somebody tried it. I could have swore that I've seen a 6-man matchup where something along those lines happened, but I could be wrong. 77 from Doug Furnace and Rob Van Dam against Satoshi Kojima and 2 Cold Scorpio. Doug Furnace with the Frankensteiner in 10 minutes. Hell of a match, though, for 2 Cold Scorpio and Satoshi Kojima. They probably should have got the win there, but gave it to Doug Furnace. Best guy in the match gets the win, so I can't really be too upset with that. Just, yeah, Van Dam kind of stinking the joint up there. Both guys, 77 here for Hashimoto and for Hashimoto and the Headhunter, rather, as the Jumping Spike DDT gets the win for Hashimoto, 18-35. It's not bad. Not bad there. 78 for Vader and Wild Pegasus. Vader bomb. Wild Pegasus did outperform him, but I think this was a good call to have Vader get a win. He's had a hell of a champion Carnival, though. I think he's only lost like twice. He's done really well for himself. 87 for Crawford and Kensuke Sasaki as the Northern Lights bomb from Kensuke Sasaki in 22-43, rather. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, this was awesome. 2 guys with great chemistry having a war. Gotta love it. 92 from Taue and Kaiji Muto as Taue losing to the Moonsault in 2044. It's a big win, and all around, solid stuff. It's Kaiji Muto with 86. 97 for the time limit draw. Masawa and Doc going the distance. Probably gonna have Masawa beat him, but it'd be weird. We had Doc and him in January. Just feels like we should have a different finish than what happened back in January, so went with the draw. Probably gonna have Doc beat him too, and have been a believable upset, but yeah, I mean, that was a hell of a show. That went a lot better than expected, to be honest. It's a hell of a show. Yeah, we'll take a look at the standings here now, as 12 nights have come and gone. I think we've had a hell of a tournament, though. As, yeah, I mean, this is going very, very well. I was very, very nervous that either somebody was going to get hurt or something bad would happen. 12 nights have come and gone, no injuries yet. It's been a blessing, for sure. So for Block A of the 1999 Champion Carnival, it is a tie between Jun Akiyama and Masahiro Chono. I think that's no surprise to see how this has gone. Quada, though, is a point behind him, so that's going to be interesting. So he's either going to be a tiebreaker win, or not a tiebreaker win, rather, excuse me, he's going to be the odd number to win, or he's going to be just the odd man out, depending on how this goes, obviously. Because Jun Akiyama, he's got Dean Malenko left, he's got Koji Kanemoto left, and he's got Masahiro Chono left, which, obviously, between Chono and Jun Akiyama at this rate, it's going to come down to whoever wins that match is going to win it all for Block A. So that's going to be awesome. No, that's a great opportunity. It's crazy to think Kenta Kobashi, he is 4th with 7. Lost to both Jun Akiyama, he lost to Chono as well. Those 2 guys are above him in the rankings, and I mean, it's probably safe to assume, unless something terribly goes wrong for Jun Akiyama and Masahiro Chono, I think it's probably safe to say Kenta Kobashi is probably going to be mathematically eliminated here, just from the sense of, from a tiebreaker perspective, he's fucked. He does have a draw, so he has the potential to maybe potentially leapfrog him over by 1 point, but I just don't think it's going to happen. He's got Hase, Johnny Ace, and Vampiro left, so definitely a doable point to be able to finish with over 10 points, but still a lot to happen. Johnny Ace, though, no wins. He's got 3 matches left. You never know, as far as he might finish with something. As for Block B, for 1999 Champion Carnival, there's a lone leader in Big Van Vader with 10. His one loss is to Kaiji Muto, though. So again, that is going to be a massive chance for a tiebreaker opportunity, but also Keiji Muto has that one draw, so he's already an odd man now as far as being only behind by 1 point, but potentially might miss out on a big opportunity. As far as those two, and also Masawa and Dan Crawford there with 8, potentially there. Masawa still hasn't faced Vader yet. He hasn't faced Taue yet, and he hasn't faced Wild Pegasus yet. So he's still got a tough 3 matches left. Crawford has Vader left as well. He also has the Headhunter and Steve Williams. So that's going to be tough as well. And Keiji Muto, he has the Headhunter, Kensuke Sasaki, and Steve Williams. So this could be a huge get for Steve Williams. He has some major matches coming up. Can potentially take a massive lead by beating both Doc and beating Vader. Beating both Dan Crawford and beating Keiji Muto. Now, he's already lost to Vader, so he's going to need a little bit of help from that perspective. But still, it's a pretty good Champion Carnival, if I do say so myself. It's crazy. Taue's only got 2 points. I don't think a lot of people would have suspected that maybe someone like Taue would be at the bottom of this table with him and the Headhunter, but that's just the way it has went. But so far, I think both blocks have showcased both their strengths as far as having some great main events, some great matches. Of course, Block B had that 100 with Masawa and Keiji Muto. And we'll see what happens though. For night 13, I think it's going to be a hell of a final couple of shows here. As, hard to believe, we just have 6 shows left. It's the final hurrah coming up as on to night 13 we go. Alrighty, night 13. And so let's see what we get for our main event. So Chono and Dean Malenko's fun main event. Quad and Norm Smiley. It's also a good little main event. We'll go with Kobashi and Vampiro though. So Kobashi's going to beat him in 23 minutes. It's a solid main event. Yeah, we'll go Dean and Chono for the co-main. This Chono's going to beat him in 25 minutes. He's had a hell of a run so far. If he keeps it up, he's got a really good chance to win the whole goddamn block. As Kawada beating Norman Smiley in 25 minutes. We'll go Koji Kanemoto and Jun Akiyama. Jun Akiyama's going to get the win in 22 minutes. Johnny Ace versus Hiroshi Hase. How about that? He gets his first win. Johnny Ace beats Hiroshi Hase. Oh, it fucking modify the booking thing instead of adding it. Yeah, Johnny Ace going to get the win there. So, for the Steel of the Show matchup, I'm assuming it's Liger and Sasuke against El Samurai and Super Astro. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, okay, it's just a straight up 20-minute matchup. I'm cool with that, though. Yeah, again, we're just trying that Samurai Astro team out. But yeah, as far as that's going to be a win, obviously, for the NWO team. So this must be a Steel Show matchup then. Flenzuki against Abyss and La Parka. As Machizuki beating La Parka. Interesting, but yeah, I think that's going to be the good call, because Machizuki, he's not a young lion anymore, obviously, and he should get some wins, so kind of makes sense from that perspective. Johnny Smith going to be beating Togi Makabe in the opener. As, let's go with, as far as trying to think, we're at the Nakajima Sports Center for this show. 5,500 people. Hopefully it's a good little matchup. Hopefully. Or a good little matchup, good little show. So 59 for the opener. Johnny Smith's the Death Valley Bomb over Makabe. Yeah, I already sent Ishii on an excursion because I was just tired of having him around. We'll probably end up doing the same thing for Makabe. I'm not really sure because it's not working out. The performance ratings aren't there. He's just not clicking. Fucking Abyss and La Parka have zero chemistry too. God damn it. As Jerry Flynn and Machizuki get the win though. Double head kicks. As Machizuki pinning La Parka. As Abyss was off his game too. Just brutal. Jerry Flynn though. Fucking highlight of the match. It's an 85 for Liger and Sasuke against Super Astro and El Samurai. It's actually a good little matchup. Shooting Star Press win from Liger over Super Astro. As they can either be the Super Samurais or they could be the Samurai Astros. Either way, it's definitely the Super Samurais. Fucking what a name. What a team. But that's a hell of a junior heavyweight matchup. It's a 79 for Johnny Ace and Hiroshi Hase. It's actually pretty close, so I don't mind that as far as Johnny Ace with the Ace Crusher. In 20 minutes at 86 for Koji Kanemoto and Jun Akiyama. Two Super Generation Army members colliding there. There's a wrist clutch exploder from Jun Akiyama getting the win. For Koji Kanemoto, 96. God damn, it's Kawada with the Kawada driver over Norman Smiley in 24:37. That probably should have been the main. Well, that was a 94, though. It was Chono with the SDF, the Deathlock SDF, rather, in 25 minutes over Dean Malenko. It's a big win. Big win for sure in an 88 for Kobashi and Von Bureau. Yeah, just nothing was going to top that fucking Norman Smiley Kawada match. But that was a pretty awesome card, especially for it being just a tour show, too. That was actually really, really good. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's some big-time wins, too. Some big-time wins. Jun Akiyama and Chono keeping their good run going. So on to night 14 we go. Alrighty, night 14. Some more backstage incidents. Stan Hansen passing on psychology tips to Abyss. Terry Funk wants to put over Chris Jericho. Jesus, get in line. Everybody wants to put him over. As for this main event, Vader and Misawa makes a lot of sense for where Vader's at right now in the tournament and where obviously Misawa being the Grand Heavyweight Champion. Misawa beats him. 22 minutes. What a win. What a win indeed. Because I think we're going to go with Steve Williams and Hashimoto as the co-main. Doc's going to beat him in 21 minutes. Then probably Kensuke Sasaki and Kaiji Muto. Kaiji Muto's going to win in 22 minutes as well as Taue Wild Pegasus. Wild Pegasus, Taue could use a win. I'm going to give it to Taue. I think we had Wild Pegasus beat Taue already. I don't know. They've never had a singles matchup. I thought they did. Oh, well. They had the couple of tag... I think that the finish was for this tag league matchup was Taue was going for the choke slam and he counters into the crossface, if I remember correctly. But, yeah, I mean, that's still... I think it's a good call to have him get a win, actually. He could use one. And then Headhunter Dan Crawford started off. As the Headhunter beats Dan Crawford, that has changed up Block B significantly with that. Having both Crawford and Vader lose. Boy, oh boy, that's going to change a lot of things here. As Too Cold Scorpio, Tsuyoshi Kikuchi could beat the Steel Show matchup. I guess not, as Kikuchi's going to beat Too Cold Scorpio. Doug Furnace and Lance Storm against Abyss and Psychosis. This is the Steel Show matchup. Alright, it's Abyss beating Lance Storm. How about that? As we're giving it to the Black Hole, with a Black Hole Slam from a Black Hole man in Abyss. But Nuki Sano, Kiraijin. We already had a Kiraijin kind of lose already. Actually, I thought Kazuki Vegeta was gone, but I think he's preparing for his fight, so he still hasn't left yet, but he's about to, so we need to get him a matchup. Let's just have him and Jerry Flynn. Actually, him and Takayama. Why not? Takayama's now recognizable, so just I think it works out. Didn't mean to hit tournaments, but you see it's tied for Block A, obviously, but yeah, Yoshihiro Takayama, Kazuki Vegeta, works for me. So yeah, with Block B, as far as I know, we probably should be looking at it right now, but so Kaiji Muto's now in the lead. They're at 11 since Vader lost. Crawford lost as well, so he's stuck at 10, and Misawa jumps up to 10. And Steve Williams is at 9, so it's 11, 10, and 9. As far as 1, 2, and 3, Kaiji Muto has a big opportunity. Imagine if it's Kaiji Muto and Masahiro Chono. I mean, two of the best, as far as from a tag team perspective, battling it out in the finals. It'd be pretty big. Be pretty big. I think we're good to go, though, on this. Yes, we just need to make sure we pick a venue that we haven't ran yet, which we're definitely running out of room as far as for all this. Yeah, we definitely have now ran, like, multiple places. They're going to run the Toyoshi General Gymnasium. Oh, maybe the Nagoya Congress Center. Yeah, we'll go with that. Might as well. It's a 50. Oof. Is Takayama the 60, though. It's good rating for him. It's the rear naked choke from Takayama at 9:57. Sucks that this match was considered terrible, but it is what it is. 68 for the next matchup, rather. Excuse me. It's Doug Furnace, Lance Storm, losing to Psychosis and Abyss. It's Abyss, worst guy in the match, gets the win with a Black Hole Slam. I just can't help myself. Just can't help it. It's cracked tailbone from Too Cold Scorpio, losing to Tsuyoshi Kikuchi in 20 minutes. It's a nice win, though, for Kikuchi. Crazy, our first injury finally happened. As Headhunter and Dan Crawford, they don't have great chemistry there. So a bit of a poor matchup for a Champion Carnival setting, but it's a diving leg drop win, though, for the Headhunter, beating Dan Crawford at 80 from Taue and Wild Pegasus, the Dynamic Bomb from Taue in 23 minutes, even though he gets outperformed. Kaiji Muto and Kensuke Sasaki's a bit of a banger, 86s and 81s from Kensuke and Kaiji Muto. It's the Muto lock. in 22 minutes, tapping out Kinsuke Sasaki. Steve Williams beats Shinya Shimoda with a backdrop driver. And our main event of 77 is Vader and Misawa, both off their games. Vader with a 62. Brutal. Don't like seeing that. Don't like seeing that for night 14, but hey, it's a long-ass tour. We're going to have days like that, and definitely that was one to forget. But as far as on to night 15, we go. Alrighty, night 15. No backstage so we can hop right into it, as we just got to make sure we pick a good venue, as we'll run the Toyoshi General Gymnasium for this night. We have a night 15. So we have, as far as the main event, probably Dean Malenko and Drew Nakayama, excuse me. Drew Nakayama's going to beat Dean Malenko. This motherfucker just keeps on winning shit. Love it. Love to see it. Hase and Chono can be the co-main. Chono beats Hase. So they just keep on going forward. As, man, that is going to be a major matchup when they face off now. Because that's going to be the go-home. That will be the final night for that block. And it's all on the line for them for Block A. That is crazy to think. Because, yeah, I mean, they're going to finish with 14 and 14. It's going to come down to that final match. Who's going on to the finals? If it's going to be Jun Akiyama or Masahiro Chono. Tough break for Kawada, though. Even though, depending on what happens here. As he's going to lose to fucking Koji Kanemoto. How about that? Oh, what a win. First of all, Koji Kanemoto and Kawada, they've had a couple of matches. Kawada's beaten him every time, so the first time winning for Koji Kanemoto over him. And he beats an All-Asia Heavyweight Champion, too, so that's massive. We'll go Vampiro, Norman Smiley. Two good friends in Vampiro and Norman Smiley. They were in CMLL together at the same time, so I think that's where the bond started. Obviously, they worked WCW together, but Vampiro is going to beat Norman. I don't know how I feel about that. Norman did beat him at a pre-show matchup at the World Tag League in '93. It's the only time they face off against each other, funny enough. It's as far as, Vampiro's got 4, Norman's got 4. Let's give it to Norman. Why not? Why not? And then Johnny Ace, Kenta Kobashi. Kobashi's going to beat him. It is still the show matchup. I believe they have negative chemistry, is why that is. But then the matches before, in the undercard, Funzuki, Satoru Sako, and Hideki Osaka. Jerry Flynn's going to beat Hideki Osaka, Johnny Smith, and Dave Taylor. He gets Abyss and Psychosis. We don't need this to be a Steeler Show matchup, so we'll go ahead and just make that a regular matchup. Psychosis is going to beat Dave Taylor, though. It's crazy. The British Combat Club just keeps on winning. Or keeps on losing, rather. As Los Bravano getting the win. But Los Bravano will beat, as far as we'll get the win in this matchup, Damien's going to beat Doug Williams to open up the show. So yeah, I mean, Jun Akiyama and Masahiro Chono, they've punched their ticket. It just comes down to those two men battling it out. It's a 64 for Damien and Doug Williams. Damien with the 64. Can't believe it was that good of a match. Doug Williams is almost in the 50s, which is pretty awesome to see. 68 for the tag match of Johnny Smith and Dave Taylor against Psychosis and Abyss. Probably the wrong guy wins as far as for the wrong team, but at least Psychosis outperformed Dave Taylor, so at least that made sense. But yeah, Johnny Smith with a 68. Pretty brutal there to see. As Jerry Flynn and Machizuki beating Hideki Osaka and Satoru Sako. Jerry Flynn pinning Hideki Osaka after the double head kick. Yeah, Machizuki still not performing at a high level. It's a bit of a poor match. 80 for Kobashi and Johnny Ace. Orange Crush from Kobashi in 10 minutes. So yeah, awkward about that. Got the crowd buzzing, though. It's a 92 for Norman and Vampiro. Norman does outperform him. It's the right decision there. Is Norman with the Norman Conquest in 22 minutes. Love it. 85 from Kawada and Koji Kanemoto. What an upset win, though, for Koji Kanemoto over Toshiaki Kawada. 83 for Hase and Chono, as Chono with the Yakuza kick over Roshi Hase. He gets an 83. Dean Malenko, Jun Akiyama with the Blue Thunder Bomb in 22-26. As, what a run for Masahiro Chono, first of all. He's been just on fire. This has been his champion carnival right now, which is obviously funny, because in real life, he's got 5 of them? He kept on trading him and Tenzan. Him and Tenzan, they would trade back and forth in the early 2000s. Pretty sure he's got 5. Yeah, he's got 5. I was thinking he doesn't, but yeah, he's got 5 because he's got, if I remember correctly, he's got 2 in the 90s and then 3 in the 2000s. I want to say that's correct. I'm gonna be real upset if that's not. Now I'm gonna want to look it up, but we'll just play it safe and be like, he probably. But he was Mr. G1, so there is that. So this kind of makes sense that he's, as far as the guy to be. You know what? It would probably make more sense now I'm thinking about it. Probably the 90s, because I think he went back to back. Because I think he won the 91 and 92. Because 92, of course, Austin. Or it wasn't Austin. It was Rick Rude in the finals because it was a tournament. It wasn't like a round robin game. It was a 16-man tournament for the NWA title. So yeah, he won that one. I think he won the 91. He probably won another one in the 90s. And yeah, I think it was 02 and 05, something like that. All right, I'm glad we got that sorted out. Now we'll see who will be in the finals for Block B. As far as because obviously they have. This is kind of the show to really see just that eyeball test of what's going to happen going into the final shows for those two blocks. We already know it's going to come down to Jun Akiyama and Masahiro Chono. Unless there's a draw, and then if Kawada wins, then boy, that's a fucking shit show and a half. But you never know. You never know. It's on to night 16. We go. Alrighty, night 16. I got us the Star Lanes. As we'll see how this plays out. Main event will be Masao and Wild Pegasus, because that's a hell of a match. Masao's going to beat him in 26 minutes. Hashimoto and Vader. Hashimoto's going to beat Big Van Vader. That is a huge win. That shakes up the table for sure. So what a win for Hashimoto. We'll go with Crawford and Doc here. Crawford will beat Doc. Man, that's a huge win in itself. So Dan Crawford, as far as gets the win in 23 minutes. We'll go Kajimuto, Headhunter. Here's Kajimuto's going to beat him. And then Taue and Kensuke Sasaki's Kensuke's going to beat Akira Taue. So, that will mean. So Kajimuto's jumping up to 13. Masao's jumping up to 12. Vader, of course, is stuck at 10. And Dan Crawford's jumping up to 10. And Doc stays at 9. So basically, it's a two-man race there. And even then, as far as Kajimuto's got to lose, Masao's got to win to make it to the finals. Can the champion make it into the finals here? We're gonna have to see. But as far as that is for night 16, those are the matches. Holy Demon Army versus the New World Order, as Masato Tanaka, Masato Fuchi against Yuji Nagata and the Great Sasuke, as Nagata's going to beat Masato Tanaka. Of course, Fuchi's the goddamn agent. Then we'll have Azuka, Super Strong Machine. Chavo and Kikuchi, nah. We'll go with Satoru Zako. I haven't had a match against each other anyways. Be nice. And yeah, Kikuchi's gonna get the win too. There we go. Yeah, we're all squared away. Alright. So, yeah, we're gonna run the Star Lanes. We'll keep it at the Star Lanes, even though, obviously, last time we ran here was night 12. Maybe we could find somewhere later. Yeah, we could run Osaka here. We could run the Wakayama Correctional Gym. Or even the War Memorial Hall and just cut it in half. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll just run the War Memorial Hall and beat 50% capacity. That's fine by me. As a 74, wow. As Kikuchi and Satoru Zako, that's cool. Great to see Satoru Zako getting better here. With that 74. That is awesome to see. As Azuka beating the Super Strong Machine. As Azuka beating Super Strong Machine in 10 minutes. We need to send him to FMW, Super Strong Machine. Because I just got nothing for him. 80 for Masato Tanaka and Masato Fuchi against Yuji Nagata and the Great Sasuke. What a match. Two teams with excellent chemistry from two major factions colliding here. Yeah, Sasuke much better than everybody else in the matchup, but Nagata was the worst guy in the match, so him beating Masato Tanaka kind of hurts a little bit, but it is what it is. 78 for Taue and Kensuke Sasaki. Taue did outperform him by 1 point, but Kensuke with the win with a Northern Lights bomb in 21 minutes. At 87 for Kajimuto and the Headhunter. The Muda Lock. Kajimuto in 21:05. 81 for Dan Crawford and Steve Williams. As Steve Williams with the Tiger Driver, or rather, Dan Crawford with the Tiger Driver over Steve Williams in 22:51. 86 for Hashimoto and Vader. Shinya Hashimoto, the jumping spike DDT in 21-26. It's a 98 for Misawa and Wild Pegasus. What a tour show main event as Misawa with the win. God bless him. Just fucking killing it. Absolutely killing it. What a show. There for the people at the War Memorial Hall in Kobe. So yeah, it comes down to 4 men. We might see NWO versus NWO. We might see Super Generation Army versus Super Generation Army. I mean, we got some crazy, crazy shit on the horizon for those 4 men. For Jun Akiyama, for Masahiro Chono for Block A, and then for Block B, Keiji Muto, Mitsuo Misawa. I mean, so you have 2 guys that have never made it to a finals before, never even been a unified Grand Heavyweight Champion before in Block A, and then for Block B, you have 2 guys that have been mainstays, have main evented, have had some of the best matches we've seen, and even drew against each other. So the fact that it comes down to those 4 men is pretty unique. But yeah, on to night 17 and 18 we go. Alrighty, as night 17, let's see what we get for the final night for Block A. Backstage incidents here is Mrs. Baba. Interfan locker room by organizing a poker tournament. Way to go. It's Akira and Steve Williams. As Akira's brought for Wrestler's Court, accused of failing to pick up a share of the tab on the shared rental car, as Steve Williams found him guilty and sentenced to pay the full cost to reimburse his travel partners. Johnny Ace wants to go over to Takeo Mori. Well, that could definitely work out. Alrighty, so, I mean, obviously it comes down to Jun Akiyama and Masahiro Chono. Main event, and it is Masahiro Chono. Mr. G1 makes it to the end of the Champion Carnival. He might win it all, as far as to win his first Champion Carnival will be massive. It's kind of crazy to think Chono really, in this world, he's mainly used as like a tag guy. He's been a great tag champ, has been, like, him and Keiji Muto have just been awesome. They've been absolutely awesome as a team. They've been now 4-time tag team champions for both IWGP. Actually, yeah, 5 times, yeah, for both All Japan, IWGP, and then obviously once we unified them. So 5-time tag champs. He did win the G1. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, 91 and 92. All right. So yeah, that makes sense. Well, the 92 one was that. That actually was in the game. No, that wasn't. I'm an idiot. That was not in the game. Yeah. So that's to think that's the last time he's been to a finals is kind of that, because he's never been in the finals of a Ricky Dozan Memorial Cup either, to my knowledge. As that's just let's take a look, because I want to say he has not. Yeah, he hasn't. So we have a guy like the Great Muta, who's been there twice in the finals of the Ricky Dozan Memorial Cup and has won. Obviously Champ Carnival has been a unified Grand Heavyweight Champion, but like Masahiro Chono, I don't even think he's had a title shot. Let's see. Yeah, he's never even had a title shot. So to think, since 1995, he hasn't had a title shot. It's pretty crazy to now, 4 years later, has a chance to not only get it, but to get it from winning the biggest tournament in the year. I mean, that would be pretty fantastic. Let's give him a little bit more time than 24 minutes. Let's give him 28. Give him 28 there. Kobashi and Hase can be the co-main. Kobashi's going to beat him. Never mind, this is the co-main. Kawada and D. Malenko. D. Malenko beating Toshiaki Kawada. That's a huge win. First of all, the All-Age Heavyweight Champion falling like that is tough. But a little solidarity piece for both Jun Akiyama and Toshiaki Kawada. Since Jun Akiyama made it so far, but came just short at the end, we're going to give him an All-Asia Heavyweight title matchup against Kawada, since he beat him on the very first night of the tournament, back in night 1. That's, I think that's a great consolation prize, as far as to have him be a runner-up of the Champion Carnival for that block at least, to get a All-Asia Heavyweight title matchup. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Going to be pretty cool to see. As Koji Kanemoto, Vampiro. As Vampiro beating Koji Kanemoto in 24 minutes. Norman Smiley, Johnny Ace. Yeah, I guess that's got to go here. We've kind of ran out of those block matches. Norman's going to beat Johnny Ace, though. Kojima and Kazuki Fujita, as Kojima's going to beat him. Takeya Mori and Akatoshi Saito. Takeya Mori's going to beat him. Tiger Mask 4, Kazuya Yamasaki and Otani and Shinichi Funaki. Actually, this might actually be the, since Steelers from matchup, we'll actually put that there to break up the tag matches too. But Otani, Funaki are going to get the win, as Shinichi Funaki is going to beat Tiger Mask 4. in a 10-minute matchup. But yeah, I mean, I think Chono in the finals makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I think it's going to be something out of nowhere. I don't think anybody, clicked on this video thinking Masahiro Chono's about to win this thing. He's got a chance to. Got a real good chance to, obviously. Comes down to who wins Block B. It's Takeo Mori versus Akatoshi Saito as the back-to-belly power driver from Takeo Mori getting the win in 10-17. So that was a 67-64 for Kojima and Kazuki Fujita. Reverse pile driver from Kojima beating Kazuki Fujita in 9:32. 75 for Tiger Mask 4 in Kazuya Yamasaki against Shinichi Funaki and Shinjiro Otani, as Shinichi Funaki pinning Tiger Mask 4 with the Rising Sun. It's a good match. It's a good little tag match. Our Dream Division's just pretty stacked right there, as Norman Smiley beating Johnny Ace with the Norman Conquest in 20 minutes. Love that. I forgot to pick a goddamn venue. I just now saw that. So I just said a generic venue for the 47,000 people. Fuck. As Vampiro, though, beating Koji Kanemoto with a nail in the coffin. Right guy wins there. It's an 85, too. It's a good little matchup. 98 for Kobashi and Hiroshi Hase. It's Kenta Kobashi with the Orange Crush in 23-10. It's a 99 for Dean Malenko and Toshiaki Kawada. 94s for both guys. Hell of a match here. And yeah, it's a banger. It's a banger for sure. Dean Malenko, though, getting the win in 27-52. And a 96 for our main event. It's Masahiro Chono. Wins the Deathlock STF. Yeah, I mean, this, you could say maybe a swing and a miss, not having Jun Akiyama make it to the finals. But I felt like his big story is beating Kobashi for the first time, in this Champion Carnival. That was that's huge. And also has a chance to win the All-Age Heavyweight title if he beats Kawada at the final. So now we'll see who will be joining Masahiro Chono. Will it be Mitsuo Amasawa? Will it be Big Van Vader? Will it be Keiji Muto? Or will it be Dr. Death Steve Williams by a fucking crazy circumstance? He might actually be mathematically eliminated now, I'm thinking about it. I think he's got 9 points going into it. So yeah, I think it comes down to those three in Vader. Usually it probably should just come down to Masawa and Keiji Muto, but Vader I think still has an outside chance of winning this thing. As he's got 10. So yeah, there's just no way. So yeah, that does just come down to Keiji Muto and Masawa. So, Doc has his chance to either play the spoiler role for Keiji Muto, or Kiritawa's got a chance to really play the spoiler role of Mitsuo Amasawa and get also a future title match. That would be pretty fucking massive to have. So yeah, on to the final tour show of the Champion Carnival. Alright, to see who will be joining Masahiro Chono in the finals. Our final tour show, night 18 here. As we want to make sure we pick a venue for this. Stan Hansen's going to pass on selling tips rather, to Abyss. As I don't think we'll run Kanto, because we'll probably run that for the final night. If we can, as far as I think, really the big venues that we can only run is either Kanto or we can run Osaka. Which I don't mind. Don't mind that. But I'd rather not. Obviously, yeah, we also could run Kawasaki Stadium here, as it wouldn't be that big of a pool, and then run the Tokyo Dome. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. I think that's gonna have to be it. Yeah, because there's just nothing big enough compared to that. So, yeah, that's fine. That works for me. The Kawasaki Stadium. There we go. Alright, so, Taue Masawa is obviously a hell of a main. And we also need to see as far as what's going to happen with Keiji Muto and Steve Williams. We'll have that be the main, though, probably. And Steve Williams is going to be Keiji Muto. So that has opened up the door here. So if Masawa can beat Akira Taue, he's going on to the finals. He does not. Unreal. Taue beats Masawa. 28 minutes. So, now this opens the door for nobody, because Keiji Muto's already got 13. So, even with that loss, he's won. So, I think for the best case scenario, actually, is to have that be the main. You see Doc beats Keiji Muto, and everyone's like, oh shit, Masawa's going on to the finals. It's going to be Masawa and Chono. Not so fast. It will, in fact, be NWO versus NWO in the finals. Shinya Hashimoto beating Wild Pegasus in 27 minutes. That's a lot of time, but we're going to rock with it. Headhunter versus Kensuke Sasaki The headhunter is going to be Kensuke Sasaki there, and then Big Van Vader versus Dan Crawford, which Vader will be beating Dan Crawford. That is a huge win for Big Van Vader. Yeah, that's awesome. Alrighty, as Masashi Iwagi and Tomoe Honda. Now, we'll probably go with Norton and Brad Armstrong against Tenkoji here. As Tenzan beating Brad Armstrong with this. Actually, I think we're going to go with something different because we are, as far as, let's look at the card here. So, obviously, finals, Chono, Kaiji Muto, but also, since Taue's beating Masawa, figured this would be best to have a co-main with Taue, taking on Masawa. Masawa, as far as Taue cost him the finals, so it makes sense for them to have a title matchup on the co-main, plus also to see who's going to take on Kaiji Muto or Masahiro Chono at the Super Power Series Tour. For the Unified Tag Team titles, Terry Funk and Brad Armstrong against the Can-Am Express, and the reason why this is happening is Terry Funk and Big Titan were the last team to beat the Can-Am Express as far as for those titles, for the All-Asia Tag Team titles, and as far as they never got really a rematch back because Big Titan and Terry Funk, they were not a part of the tag league, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that, but basically Terry Funk, Brad Armstrong, they're going to take on the Can-Am Express there for the Unified Tag Team titles. We already talked about the All-Asia Heavyweight title matchup with Jun Akiyama and Toshiaki Kawada, and we already talked about the Junior Heavyweight title matchup with El Samurai and Jushin Liger. Now, the six-man tag team matchup, Tenkoji and Hiroshi Ase against the Super Generation Army. So, obviously, Jun Akiyama is 1/3 of the six-man champs, but for this special night, he's going to relinquish his title for Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, so it will be Kobashi, Koji Kanemoto, and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi against Tenkoji and Hase. All-Asia Tag Team title matchup, Big Van Vader and Kensuke Sasaki against the Headhunter Vampiro team. That should be fun to see how that plays out. That should be a hell of an All-Asia Tag Team title matchup, and then the opener will be the Great Sasuke and Two Cold Scorpio versus Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. So let's say El Samurai loses to Jushin Liger. Tenkoji and Ase beat Super Generation Army. Big Van Vader and Kensuke Sasaki beat the Headhunter Vampiro team of Los Bravano, and then also Sasuke and Two Cold Scorpio, the new Junior Tag Team Champions. That right there switches so many belts to the NWO. As far as they're walking in with one belt. They could walk away with the Champion Carnival Finals, which is already a given since it's two NWO guys. They can walk away with the Junior Heavyweight title still, the six-man, the All-Asia Tag Team, and the Junior Tag Team title. So they would walk away with a lot of gold, and they would really be the driving force in the UJPW, if that is the case. Now, so with this, it's going to change up a little bit, because we're going to have, as far as Koji Kanemoto and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi take on the Tenkoji team, as we're going to have Kikuchi lose to Tenzan. And we'll call that a day there. Then the Can-Am crew of Dan Crawford, Lance Storm, and Rob Van Dam against the Kano brothers and Shinichi Takano. So Rob Van Dam's going to beat Shinichi Takano. I think we're going to actually give it to Lance Storm. Lance has really done well as of late. He could use a win, to be honest. And then Masashi Iwagi against Tomoe Honda. This is just to give Tomoe Honda a win there. So, as far as, I just want to double check with Terry Funk, as far as if they had faced off. So I could have swore, they must have, because there's Terry Funk and Big Titan. Oh yeah, they did lose to him. So as far as that was the rematch, so I guess you could say, for the trilogy, potentially there is why that is, because we could also, we could go with, as far as having Dan Crawford, since he just, he lost to Kensuke Sasaki, so you could have, that would probably make more sense actually, have Big Van Vader and Kensuke Sasaki take on the Can-Am Express. And then we will have Terry Funk. Maybe not Terry Funk, maybe Terry Funk. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Terry Funk and Brad Armstrong. Yeah, let's do it. Terry Funk, Brad Armstrong, because they dropped the belts, obviously, at, was that, oh, we're at the wrong people now, we gotta go back to Terry. Because I want to say they dropped the belts in January to him, yes. Yes, indeed. Oh, no, it wasn't January, it was February. Alright, so yeah, a quick little rematch for him, with, instead of Big Titan Terry Funk, it's Terry Funk and Brad Armstrong. I like that. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, we'll do that instead. So that's the new card. We're already changing things around, but I think that's for the best. That makes a lot more sense. So, yeah, I mean, as far as... yeah, just wanted to make sure that's saved. Perfect. Oh, but yeah, I think that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, Terry Funk, Brad Armstrong. Yeah, so that's a great opportunity for Vader and Kensuke Sasaki, though. That'd be a hell of a team to win the tag team titles. That would be massive. Absolutely massive. Yeah, well, there we go. Alright, yeah, there we go. Let's just make sure we put that in the notes. Oh, fuck, I forgot to turn down the thing. Forgot to turn down the volume. Alright, so we're gonna go. Let's just double check. Yep, just the rebooking thing hasn't been added. Alright. So, the, 70 for the opener. Tomoe Honda beating Masashi Iwagi, the Triangle Choke. In 10 minutes, that's not bad at all. And it's a 76 for the K&M crew against the Kano brothers and Shinichi Nakano. As the Canadian Maple Leaf from Lance Storm. How about that? Rob Van Dam outperformed George Nakano. Him and Lance Storm did. Dan Profit, though, with an 86. Shinichi Nakano with a 70. That went really well, actually. Canadian Maple Leaf, though, for Lance Storm. An 80 for Tsuyoshi Kikuchi and Koji Kanemoto against Ten Koji. As the Tenzan Tombstone Driver. Getting the win there for Ten Koji, and also, the NWO building up to the 6-man tag team title matchup. As I will see. Hell, I mean, Vader and Crawford. As I just realized that was supposed to be Doug Furnas, Dan Crawford in that opener. What an idiot. And so now Dan Crawford wrestles twice in one night for no goddamn reason. Brutal. 91, though, for Big Van Vader. Getting the win over Crawford. Then Headhunter and Kensuke Sasaki. Diving leg drop from the Headhunter over Kensuke Sasaki. 2016. 94 from Wild Pegasus with Shinya Hashimoto. Wild Pegasus did outperform him. It was only by a point, though. But that was a hell of a match, though. Hell of a match there. 99 from Kaiji Muto and Steve Williams. Dr. Bomb from Steve Williams. Beating Kaiji Muto, thinking that the door's been open for Taue to come in. Or for Masawa, rather, to come in and to win the block outright. But nope. In fact, that is not the case. It's Masawa losing to Taue to the Dynamic Bomb in 28-20. What a win. What a match. Can't wait to see this again in just a short amount of time, actually. Just a week away. So it's a quick turnaround for a rematch, but I think it's going to be a hell of a match, though. I mean, they have good chemistry already. Should be a banger. Should be an absolute banger. So yeah, I mean, I would say that was a very successful tour. To have 18 shows like that where nobody got hurt, that was a part of the tournament. I mean, 20 guys not getting injured throughout an 18-show tour is pretty crazy. I mean, it's a lot of great odds for us, that is for sure. As, on to the final show, the 1999 Champion Carnival Finals. We will have an NWO member winning it all. Will it be for the second time, Kaiji Muto, or will it be for the first time, Masahiro Chono? We shall see. Alright, the Champion Carnival Finals is here for 1999, our final one, as Nippon TV, CBS, of course, airing this final show. Taue passing on psychology tips to both Masato Tanaka and I'm assuming to Unreal. Yep, he sure is. To see who's going to win the 1999 Champion Carnival. NWO versus NWO members. Masahiro Chono beats Kaiji Muto. It's crazy to think. They've only had like one match against each other, and it was, at least in the G1 in 1993, as far as their little G1 Climax special. I don't know what the fuck Night 2-1 is, but that they did it as far as in the save. But I think we had it one time in this save, as far as with us. Yeah, it was Chono beating Kaiji Muto in the 95 Champion Carnival. And that was the last ever time they wrestled against each other. Pretty nuts to think it's been that long since they faced each other, it's a lot of scrolling to figure it out, because obviously they've teamed up against each other so many times. but I'm pretty sure, yeah, that is the last time they faced off against each other, 1995, and I think Chono beats him here to win the 1999 Champion Carnival. I mean, that is massive. Now, to see who they're taking on at the Super Power Series, is it going to be Akira Taue? Is it going to be Mitsuha Masawa? It will be Masawa, as he defeats Akira Taue, gets his win back, and retains his Unified Grand Heavyweight title. 31-minute matchup, though. Going to be a banger. Going to be a banger. Tag team title matchup in the before the co-main, rather, as Big Van Vader, Kensuke Sasaki gets the Can-Am Express. Big upset here. Now, the reason why this is happening is, unfortunately, Dan Crawford handed in his notice. He wants to work elsewhere. He wants to try new things. And so, as far as he's going to the U.S., presumably. So, down goes Dan Crawford, which sucks, but we're going to have him take on Masawa at least, since, he beat him. So that'll probably start off the Super Power Series tour. Maybe even night 2, if it's not going to be night 1, and that'll probably be it for him. As, man, what a run, though, that he had. That Can-Am Express, we finally gave him a heavyweight title run, a World Tag Team title run, and they, middle of the run, they just, Crawford decides to leave, so that sucks. But Vader and Kensuke Sasaki, the new Unified Tag Team Champions, I love that team, even though they're not really a full-on team. Per se, I do like it, though. So that's going to be a fun match, though. I think it's going to be really, really good. Jun Akiyama, though, and Toshiaki Kawada. Banger. And Kawada's going to beat Jun Akiyama to get his win back. Would have been crazy to have him beat him here, but felt like this was the best-case scenario to have Kawada beat him to retain the All-Age Heavyweight title. Junior Heavyweight title matchup. El Samurai versus Jushin Liger. Liger defeats his former partner, now Flo, and El Samurai, retaining his title, staying with the New Japan brand. The 6-man tag team title matchup, New World Order versus Super Generation Army. They retain as the New World Order. They don't win the 6-man belts, though. So Tenkoji and Hiroshi Hase can't get their rematch win over the Kobashi, Kikuchi, Kanemoto team this time around, since Jun Akiyama's not involved in it, but Kojima's going to beat Satoshi Kojima nonetheless. Then the All-Asia Tag Team title matchup, Terry Funk, Brad Armstrong, will lose to Los Barbano, because of course they won these belts because of Terry Funk and Big Titan. They just finally, this is their first reign, which is kind of funny, because obviously they won it at the Excite Series, and they've had to wait so long, so obviously with the Champion Carnival, to finally defend their belts here. It's pretty awesome to see for them. To kick off the show, Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup, we have new champions, as the Great Sasuke 2 Cold Scorpio team will win, beating the Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki team. What a run here for Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki, 150 days, 20 days, something like that. Double check, Junior. Oh, there we go. As they had 195, actually. So yeah, almost 200 days as champs. Pretty good run. September, April, can't really be upset with that one. But yeah, new champs, Sasuke 2 Cold Scorpio, you love it, as I don't think, I'm about to say, this is their first reign. So as far as for both guys being junior tag champs, so that's pretty awesome. Sasuke, one of the few men that have been both junior heavyweight, the singles, and the tag team champion, as far as, I think it's just Dean, Liger, Dragon, Eddie, and as far as, I think that's it. Oh, and Fuchi, if you count. Well, actually, I don't think he's been the Grand Champion, but he was the All Japan Junior Heavyweight Champion. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to think of the people on that list. But yeah, I mean, first defense too for Liger, kind of wild to think. But in this reign, but yeah, Sasuke beating Jinsei Shinzaki is going to be awesome to see. So we have to change Red Shoes, is what it is. So Tuco Scorpio is wrestling with a cracked tailbone, but no, he's not. He must have the co-main, yep. Give that to Kyo Iwata, of course. Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, major main event, post-show, as far as with basically all the NWO at ringside for this matchup to basically, as far as you kind of have it split. You have, as far as, that Tenkoji, Yuji Nagata, and and maybe even having, the champs like Sasuke and Liger, and having Yeah, and Two Cold Scorpio, have them be on one side and have like Vader, Kinsuke, Hase, those guys on the other side. Vader and Kinsuke, like to have them on the other side with, as far as, it just feels like that would be a pretty fun, like, idea to just have the NWO take over the Champion Carnival finals as Masahiro Chono. And to have Kaiji Muto hand him the belt, or not the belt, the championship. Not, oh my god, the championship. The fucking trophy. Tell you that's been a long fucking episode when I'm fumbling around like this. But yeah, as far as Muto gives him the trophy, maybe potentially people think maybe there's going to be a turn coming. But now, as far as he hands the trophy to the better man tonight in Masahiro Chono. And now it's we're set for the Super Power Series tour. Chono Misawa, the main event for that show in 1999. It's going to be awesome. Going to be awesome. As, and NWO in full swing. We'll probably do the Hummer entrance for the Super Power Series. That'd be sick. Yeah, especially with, like, now that you could have the guys that are in the, like, have a couple of them. Or maybe, maybe motorcycles and the Hummer. But that Hummer entrance is fucking awesome. You've never seen it. It's Chono and Onita, as far as coming out in the fucking Humvee. It's pretty sick. As far as that was a fun kind of way of going about it. I don't know. Obviously, that the Tokyo Dome would have to make some accommodations for that. But yeah, but that's gonna be fun to be able to have that main event. They should have a fun match. But yeah, we're all set, ready to go. Let's run the finals of the Champion Carnival here in 1999. Yeah, something had to suck, and it unfortunately had to be this. Just unfortunate that we had to have something be a Steal the Show matchup. And as far as Sasuke, Tuco Scorpio, Hayabusa, just having a great matchup here. The better team lost, though. Hayabusa with a 96, and Shinsei Shinzaki a little bit below Tuco Scorpio, but just as far as the difference, it was close, though. Could have went either way. Felt like it was time, though, to have some new junior heavyweight tag team champions there. Got the crowd buzzing, too. The 99 for the All-Asia tag team title matchup between Brad and Terry Funk against Vampiro and the Headhunter as their first defense for Los Bravano. Nail in the coffin from Vampiro over Brad Armstrong. Another 99. Imagine it was going to be 99s across, like, every fucking match. As Kobashi beats Satoshi Kojima with the Brainbuster. It's their third defense of the All-Asia six-man tag team titles. What a run, though, that the Super Generation Army are going to have with those belts. It's going to be a tough team to beat. Oh, 97. Well, couldn't have the full-on run. But Liger beats El Samurai with a shooting star press. That's his first defense of the junior heavyweight title during this reign. Another 99 is Kawada and Jun Akiyama. It's Kawada with his Kawada driver. That's his first defense of his All-Asia heavyweight title run. Of course, he won it in January, but had the Misawa match, so it's nice to see him get a big win here. On a big stage like that. Another 99 is Unified World Tag Team title matchup. As Big Van Vader, Doug Furnas. As Vader pinning, Doug Furnas with the Vader bomb. Huge upset. I don't think anyone saw that coming, but, circumstances have led us to this. But, man, what a great opportunity. Especially for Kensuke Sasaki. He's really doing really well. Sucks that Vader's not really at the same level as he kind of was in the early 90s, but that's just kind of the way it goes. Still a great matchup, and another 99 for the co-main Unified Grand Heavyweight title matchup. Misawa beating Taue. That's his third defense. It's the one with the Tiger Driver in 31 minutes. Wouldn't you know it, the main event's in 99 as well. That's fucking insane. As Champion Carnival 1999 winner Masahiro Chono, Deathlock STF. From Chono, beating Kaiji Muto. First of all, that's a hell of a main event. 96-93. Love it. Two NWO members wanting, for one, a repeat of glory. For somebody else, a taste of singles glory that he hasn't had in about 5 years. So, I think it works out. Actually, 7 years. Oh, 6. There we go. We'll get it eventually. But yeah, this is exactly what we needed to have as far as for a main event angle. And awesome. Awesome. I mean, what more can you say? As far as we're kind of pigeonholed with having to have a Steal the Show match. if we just would have went with, like, if we just said, fuck it, not do a Steal the Show match, it probably... Here's the weird thing, because the crowd's going to hate it, but I don't think it's going to destroy the rating too much. Maybe it will. We'll have to try it next time, because that's insane. We had 699s and a 97. Like, this is nothing more we can really say, as far as that's what happens when you're, 5 years into a save, though, and your roster is getting better and better and better, and everyone's still in their prime. So we're seeing in the New Japan series, it's not that easy when everyone's getting older, but everyone's basically in their prime here, and it's been awesome. It's been very, very awesome to see. Yeah, I mean, we gotta give a hug to Chono, though. That's a great moment, winning the Champion Carnival. Awesome. We'll put over Misawa, and let's put over Kawada. Why not? Oh, about told Misawa he could have done better. But yeah, what a fucking show. Unreal. You're not going to see a show better than that for a while, I don't think. That was real fucking good. We tried to make that a big deal, and it certainly was. But we're going to try. We'll try to top with the Superpower Series. Misawa Chono should be a big-ass main event. We have new champions in Vader and Kensuke Sasaki, and also Sasuke and Two Cold Scorpio. As far as the sky's the limit for the summer of 1999, it is an NWO summer. It might just be a major NWO summer if Chono, in fact, beats Misawa at the Superpower Series. We'll have to wait and see, though, as we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.